Good morning, everybody. What's poppin'? Top of the day to you. Hector, giving me them vibes. What? Hey. It's Friday. Yay. It's Friday. 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 Hey. It's Friday. Hey. It's Friday. Hey. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Hey. 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 It's Friday.
Beat dropped by Derrick Santiago, all the way from the SD. Woo! This is his beat that he created.
Yo, Derrick, that's you?
Little something.
What? You say yes, bro. That's you.
Yes. Yeah, me, the homie.
Yeah.
The homies and I cooked this up.
Yeah.
A while ago. But it's still actual and factual.
Hey, you setting the tempo for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
This is a Friday beat, bro.
That's I mean, you got the vibes right
Shout
today.
out to the homies ES, Steve Vicious, all my homies in Cali, SD. You already know, double FIC in the building.
Let's go.
This beat is called Good Time.
Yeah,
and it
feels like a good time.
It
feels like a good time, bro. Yo, this is beautiful. All right, my people, 155 in the chat on YouTube. Good morning to everybody. It's Friday. This is your 5th day of Bliss Week. I think did I say Bliss or Blitz?
You definitely said flith day of the Blitz. You said flith.
Flith day of the Blitz.
We're flithing out here, daddy.
I've been talking all week. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's all good. Hey, I'm so happy to be here with you all right now. I love you guys so much. Sunday Lockett already knocking it down with $5 in the super
Sunday.
chat. We just got here. What's poppin'? It's Friday. Shirts Texas in the house. Shirts Texas. I'm gonna resist all urges.
Please start rapping.
To talk about those shirts. Roll call. Where y'all at? Compton's in the building.
Hey, Jack.
King of Kings. That's my dad, Melanie Padilla. Green Bay, Wisconsin in the house. What's poppin'? Roll call. Australia's in the house. Virginia's in the house. Marion's in the house. Laddie, upset your morning with Tim Ross. Almost, right? Florida, Indiana, the Bronx, Kansas, Fresno, Perth, Clay, Botswana, Chicago. Y'all poppin'. Whoa, it's going too fast. Atlanta, Cleveland, Virginia, Utah. Oh gosh. Indiana, Utah, Bronx, Florida. My eyes, Lord had mercy. Boston, Fort Worth, Yucca Valley, California, Waxahachie, Minnesota, Ohio, out here. Sanford, North Carolina, Chicago, South Carolina, Colorado, Maryland, Shreveport, Raleigh, Columbus, Ohio, Delaware in the building, Canada, Montana, Uganda, St. Petersburg, Houston, Killeen, Baltimore, Africa, Mississippi, Charlotte, Manhattan, Atlanta, Nashville, Georgia, Dalton, Marshall, France. Let's go, France. Wilmington, Living Room. Okay, Troy. Oklahoma, Oakland, Houston, St. Louis, Stockbridge, Georgia, 334. UK, Panama, Corpus Christi, Antigua, Milwaukee, Jersey, H-Town, Duval, Savannah, Antelope Valley, Atlanta, literally the world. You right, April. Harlem, Tennessee, Memphis, Ocala, Florida, North Little Rock, Arkansas. Let's go North Little Rock. Keokuk, Kalamazoo.
Shout out Rupert.
6-0. Romeoville back in the house. Rupert 5. He put 5 on it.
Anthony
Garland.
O'Neill in the chat. Anthony in the chat.
Right now.
Anthony O'Neill's in the chat.
He said Maryland.
Maryland, you right. We know where you are, Ant. I love you, bro. Hey, our episode that we did is still blessing so many people, bro. Thank you for your vulnerability, man. Anybody that tries to come after my boy Ant for his vulnerability, we might have to put you on the blacklist. Y'all got these beats knocking, man. Redlands in the house. Pennsylvania, feeling like a studio session on a Friday morning. Toast is in the house.
Shout out George for the 10.
George put 10 on it. Inwood, Iowa. Chi-Town, Southside, let's go. Maryland, Kansas City, Milwaukee, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. Vulnerability is beautiful. You know it is, Tierra. Let's go. So happy. I'm vibing on this Friday morning. Y'all putting on some. Y'all got some good stuff going on in here. It feels good to me. Can we talk about DJ Akademiks? I don't know. We could talk about whatever. We wide open this morning. Buenos dias, Las Vegas in the house. Khadija wants me to drop some bars. Jacksonville, Fort Worth, Toronto.
Shout out Carl for the 5.
Hey.
Shout out Carla for the 5. Thank you for putting 5 on it.
5.
Washington, D.C., Black Tech Founders in Las Vegas. Yeah, let's go. Work B&B, let's get it. How about that Pastor Hannah convo? I love both. Yeah, I love you both.
Man.
Thank you, Talithia. I love that thing. Tim, you still doing comedy shows? Oh my gosh.
You don't even know.
You don't even know. You asked this morning.
The Lord is locked in.
Hey, who that is? Let me see who did that real quick.
Who that is?
Who that is?
I'm in my real Cali bag this morning if I'm talking like that. Jay Coop wanted to know, Tim, you still doing comedy shows? I'm so glad you asked. I'm gonna talk to you about that in just a moment. Uncle Tim, you got the Chiefs or the Birds, man. With Saquon Barkley out there, I might, if that man runs wild, it's gonna be them Birds.
Payne again for the 20.
Gosh, Carla, let's go.
But Patrick Mahomes seems to be used to this. He ain't new to this at this point. So it's a close game unless Saquon gets out there and starts running like the day of the Bulls in Spain. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you, Jaleesa, for the 10.
Hey, thank you, Jaleesa, for the 10. We love you. Or for the Carla with the 20 now. You are amazing. You are amazing. Calling us amazing. You amazing. I want to see Unc on Kill Tony. I don't know.
That would be amazing.
I don't like killing people. I've chosen a non-violent life. Cancel the basement if you're going for the Birds. I'm not going for anybody. You see, I got on a Raiders jacket. I got no skin in the game. I'm only for them Raiders. That's all I claim. Put them in the Hall of Fame.
Hey.
Cross you up like I'm Damon Dane. Saquon hurts. Mahomes with the refs. Yeah, might happen. Uncle Morning. Good morning, Uncle Tim from Atlanta. Yes, we in here in the morning. Napa, Cali. Yeah, you feeling good. Hey, I was trying to see if Andorra was going to pop up. My Spanish teacher said she was going to pop up in these at the beginning of the thing, and shout out Andorra. She hasn't done it yet. If y'all see Andorra come up in the chat, let me know. Because that means my, Andorra! Hey! That's my Spanish teacher, y'all. Y'all give her some love.
Let's go.
That's my Spanish teacher. Era. It just says Era.
Shout out Calvin for the
Andorra's in the building. That's my Spanish teacher. Mi profesora. See? That's her. I'm so excited. Hey, y'all show her some love. Y'all show Era some love from Andorra. She is the one. Ella es responsibilidad.
I feel like you said that right.
I feel like it sounded right to me.
Right.
She's responsible for teaching me Spanish. She is the one that's getting me. She's the one that's getting me hyped in here. Hola, profesora. Yeah. Nella She. Thank you for the 10. We love you. Andorra. Mucho gusto, profesora. Hola, Andorra. Que te quiero mucho. Sí, es verdad.
Dot C from Cali giving 699.
Let's go. Let's get it. Okay, we out here. This felt good.
It's a strong check-in, brother.
So it's a very strong check-in. Purpose, shout out for putting 5 on it. We love you. All right.
Love you, Purpose.
Somebody wants to know if we're gonna have Jules on on the pod today, but she has a show at 12. My wife has a show at 12.
It's a whole network in this home.
Yeah. It's a whole network
out here.
It's a whole network in this house. Texas Pebbles on Discord said, Uncle Tim, can you call my boss and tell him I need the morning off?
Hey, you know what? Let's Google meet him in.
Oh my goodness. Imagine me calling somebody's job saying, hey, just want you to know, this is Tim Ross from day 5 of the Blitz week. Your employee can't come in today.
My bad.
They're not feeling well. They're gonna need to watch The Price is Right and eat some Campbell soup. Tuck their blanket up to their neck with some Vicks Vapor Rub right under their nose until they feel better. Okay, I love you guys, man. Good morning to you. Hey, it's day 5. How we feeling after day 5?
It's a beautiful day. I'm not fatigued at all.
I'm not fatigued at all. I feel really good. I mean,
Calvin with the 50.
What?
People are going crazy today. They said it's payday.
Tim was trying to say, Kevin Royale, Tim was trying to say, ella es mi profesora de aprender español. Es muy bien. All right, man. Top of the hour 2. You were 12 minutes into the 9 o'clock hour. We are here talking. Why does this sound so natural? This is weird.
You're locked in, bro.
I think I'm dialed in. I really do think I'm dialed in. We're gonna talk about what that means more when we wrap up the show. If y'all are able to stick with us for the whole 3 hours, that'll be amazing. But if not, it's all good. Just so y'all know, we got a guest joining us around 9:30 a.m. in the 9:30 hour. As soon as we get
Central Standard
Time, my homie's gonna drop in, and we're gonna be able to answer what Jay Coop asked about if we're still doing comedy, if I'm still doing comedy.
Stay tuned.
Got some announcements for you that are gonna be really, really good. But since it is the 9 o'clock hour, what's going on in culture, both sacred and secular? I got to admit, I've had my head down trying to get some stuff done. But there were some people that dropped some stuff in the chat. Somebody said something about DJ Akademiks. I don't know what's going on with DJ Akademiks, so somebody would need to fill me in. We do have an update on the tragedy that happened. I guess it was Wednesday night now, where 67 people now confirmed, or 68 people have lost their lives in the collision between an American Eagle flight and a Black Hawk helicopter. The fatal plane helicopter collision is under investigation, and the military helicopter flights have been scrutinized. A senator is questioning military helicopter operations near civilian airspace in Washington, D.C. following the recent incidents. Listen, they're very, very rare, but when they do happen, because of the multiplied tragedy amongst loss of life, yes, they should be scrutinized. Both black boxes have been retrieved, though. I did read that this morning. Both black boxes have been retrieved, so they're going to be able to get the information that they need from that. I think that's about it. I'm enjoying.
Are you doing? Do you have any knowledge on DJ Akademiks and who he is before I show you the stats?
Yeah, I do know who he is.
Okay.
But somebody said, "Are we going to talk about him?" So sure. I don't know what happened.
He's going viral right now for sure. Let me get you this. He was having some inappropriate conversations. I'm not sure if it was on his Twitch or his Discord.
Okay.
But this will give you a little bit of a better vibe going on here. Here you go, sir.
Okay. As of January 31st, 2025, there have been no significant new developments regarding DJ Akademiks since the recent controversy involving explicit comments made toward a 15-year-old during a live stream.
Oh, man.
Following the incident, his Twitch account was suspended for violating community guidelines. DJ Akademiks has publicly acknowledged his mistake, referring to it as a teachable moment, and stated, "I am wrong. I will be better." Okay, so anybody want to give me some context to that? Like was it sexual in nature, or did he just pop off on a 15-year-old like playing some video games? Like, I don't know.
Now that I don't know. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Get a little bit.
Oh, wait a minute. Currently, there have been no official announcements from law enforcement concerning potential legal actions. That would make it sound a little bit more official. The situation remains under public scrutiny with ongoing discussions about the responsibilities of influencers and the protection of minors in online spaces. Okay, so there are some conclusions that could be made, but it would be conjecture at this point. So we're not going to fill in the blanks where there are blanks until there are official blanks filled in. We will not be playing Wheel of Fortune,
No.
right, and trying to fill in the blanks. But as we do with all things in culture, we bring it back to this space to talk about how we should be conducting ourselves.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the fact. Now this was a Twitch situation, right? But let's talk about inappropriateness on every level. Let's talk about the fact that if you're a married man and you're in some young lady's DMs talking inappropriately, whether she's minor or major. It's my first time saying that, but that sounded pretty dope.
That was a bar.
Right? Whether she's minor or major, right? Whether he is minor or major.
Wow.
Because we've heard there's in the last 10 years, I don't know if we'd be able to get how many female high school teachers have had sex with their students. Like that's a whole nother thing, but that's been a thing. But let's talk about inappropriateness, and let's talk about the fact that we should be conducting ourselves a little bit better out here. There's a certain level of decorum that we need to have when we're in social media, when we're in these spaces, these streaming spaces. Obviously on this pod and this particular show, this Bliss Week that we've been doing, we've heard a lot of people be very, very vulnerable with us. And it would be inappropriate to in any way take that vulnerability and turn it or shift it or do something dark and twisted with it. Like that's just, I can't even say it without cringing.
And do you mean in regards to if we clickbaited our own vulnerable conversations? Is that what you're meaning, or what do you mean on the twisted area?
I mean as host.
As host,
right?
Okay.
Or as producers. If somebody's sharing their vulnerability and they're opening up to us, and then it's just so gross for me to even try to put my mind in this space. But like, if I were to try to turn the conversation to be like, well, I want to walk with you through this.
Oh my God, I understand.
And so I'm gonna have my producer send you
your number.
Ew.
You're talking about preying on them.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like that. That's already now. That's me, the host. If my producers are like, hey, we're gonna follow up with you and let's just keep in touch, man. Your vulnerability. I just want to pray with you later.
Oh my gosh.
You got to kill me on stream.
PRAY turns into PREY.
Oh my God.
I want to pray with you later. Oh, you better believe that one. Oh, they gonna pray all right, but it ain't PRAY. It's gonna be PREY. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's like we just gotta be better. Like we have to. There is no safe space without safe people.
Come on.
Right? Safe people make safe spaces.
Right.
And so whether we're doing a live stream, if we were doing a Twitch, we've had teenagers pop in on the live.
For real.
We've had them come in and ask questions. There's a certain way you got to talk to them, man. Like this is a stewardship thing. The greatest resource in the whole world is human resource, and we got to steward people correctly. If we don't steward them correctly, it gets whacked real quick. So whenever we bring up news, and we can listen. We're learning from our own mistakes, our own behavior, right? And when we do good, we celebrate each other in the community. When we fall, we surround each other in the community. We encourage each other in the community. We're never going to kick nobody while they're down. Anytime you hear us reading a report or whatever, us pulling up DJ Akademiks, it's not for us to use DJ Akademiks as some clickbait to Tim talks about DJ Akademiks. And no, somebody in the community brought up DJ Akademiks. We pulled up DJ Akademiks,
Right.
and we're praying for DJ Akademiks as he walks through this. If he's already admitted that he was wrong,
Right.
and he's apologized, hopefully there's no legal situations that come of it. But if so, that's a consequence to the behavior, and we can learn from that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna jump over bro. We just gonna learn from, like, okay, we don't need to do that, right? Tory Lanez shoots Megan in the pinky toe. Okay, what's our takeaway from that? We probably shouldn't shoot our friends. It's not Tory Lanez is stupid and da 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 da. This man is gonna lose 10 years of his life incarcerated because of that one decision. Now, we may not be in the same decision, but how many parents have been in a situation where they let their temper get out of control and they slap their kid in the face?
We had a vulnerable conversation with a young mom yesterday.
That's right.
Young single mom.
Absolutely.
And I think
with two kids.
With two kids.
Absolutely.
No support system.
Absolutely. And she's frustrated.
And you did a great job of, before attuning to where she was, you said, "Are you and the baby safe?"
Absolutely.
And that was beautiful.
Absolutely.
You could have, what some hosts have done in an unsafe environment is immediately go to scolding, anger.
How could you dare be mad at your kids? And moms are supposed to be loving. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's hold space for humanity and culture. Again, whether it's sacred or secular, we get the opportunity to help people out. The Breakfast Club, Hector just pulled this up. The Breakfast Club aired the incident, praising the teen for his mature responses and criticizing DJ Akademiks' behavior. Okay, so it seems like maybe they got into a little verbal altercation. And you know,
I was trying to look at what did the kid say specifically about his response to the whole thing.
Mhm.
But I did want your take, just from hearing that. Sometimes we do see people who have been groomed or abused. They don't go to scolding and being angry toward their abuser. What in your past, like, why is that? Because I know some people do it, but then some people they try not to. They come from maybe a little bit of understanding. They try to see it from all angles, from an empathetic level. What is that there?
Can you ask the question a different way?
I just imagine, like, if I'm 15 and I got this grown rich dude coming at me,
Got you.
it would be really hard for me to be mature.
Got you.
Let's say it was a mature and
Right.
like emotionally regulated response.
Yep.
I feel like I'd definitely be more dysregulated and angry.
Oh, with you talking about academics?
Toward my abuser.
Oh, towards your abuser.
Towards someone who did something to me.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about, like, what do you see in the 27 years of ministry you've done working with people? Like, it's kind of hard for them sometimes to talk about their abuser in a harsh light.
Yeah, well, most I can only speak on my situation, right? So I was sexually abused at 8. John was like a cool dude, right? But within the abuse taking place, I was actually protecting him so that I wouldn't blow up my family, right? So now, post that, obviously I've forgiven him and I've moved on in the whole 9. In this type of situation, the kid may just have a resilient nervous system, right? And it's like, hey, I don't know why you tripping.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he just got really good parents and they raised him right. And, you know, he knows better than to just be like getting disrespectful back, which says a lot about a 15-year-old, right? So, yeah, I think it's just a teachable moment for me.
Yeah.
Teachable moment for all of us. Like, we gotta be in a situation where we walk away. I saw I think he was like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu, like a black belt, and he a MMA fighter. He said he will never. The only people he will fight are people in tournaments. Like, I just need you to like let that marinate real quick. The only people he will fight are people in tournaments. This was such a dynamic statement to me because I really felt like he was philosophically, he was so intelligent.
Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name, but what he said was, I don't care what the situation is, I will continue to walk away. Even if they're advancing toward me, I will just continue to back up. I'll leave the restaurant. I'll leave the grocery store. I'll leave the club. I'll leave the parking lot. I will only fight somebody in the ring, because anybody I fight outside the ring, I'm going to kill them. So that level of temperance, that level of self-control,
Beautiful.
that level of awareness, and that level of restraint, like, that is a very endearing, beautiful quality to have when you know you got somebody beat and you just choose to walk away because it's like, I'll have to deal with this for the rest of, like, that'll be on my conscience for the rest of my life if I destroy this person. Now, I'm not the MMA guy that can physically beat anybody up, but I can verbally wreck somebody. And I have chosen restraint so that I am not in a situation where I have to regret what I said.
At the Tulsa airport.
Yo.
Derrick came and picked us up from Dallas.
Core memory unlocked.
My bad. You were grieving during that time.
Nah. Hey, bro. Yeah. That's as close as y'all ever seen me.
Please walk us through it.
The closest y'all ever seen me to literally going off on somebody was at the Tulsa airport. Me and Hector get off the plane. We're rolling out. Derrick sees us. He swoops up. There's a huge speed bump that is also part crosswalk. And Derrick pulls up, got a huge smile on his face. We flew, he drove. And so we're about to have the reunion. And there's a guy walking across the speed bump / crosswalk who is he works there in some capacity, right?
He was confirmed an employee with a drink, slightly overweight, disheveled beard, and the hair was thinning. He don't know what
Like
hymns are.
Enterprise or something. He worked for a rental car.
And he was chafing.
Yeah. Because he had like a Slurpee or something, right? Like it was like a 40 ounce of some
3,000 calories.
Yeah, just in a drink, right? And so he's drinking the black acid, right? And so he's walking across, and as he's walking across, the back of the car is still a little bit in the crosswalk, and he just yells out like, "Get out of the effing way!" Is that what he said?
Oh, he cussed at you.
Yeah,
he cussed at Derrick.
He was cussing at me.
Derrick.
He didn't know y'all were with me.
He cussed at Derrick, and I almost blacked out. Again, there's something like, you can't mess with I'm cool. I promise you. You bring the heat to me, I'm actually cool. I'm not saying I don't feel nothing, but when it comes directly to me, I'm like, I was made for this. Forehead is flint. What I'm a flinch for?
Mm-hmm.
That's where that line came from.
Mm-hmm.
My forehead is flint. What I'm a flinch for?
Mm.
A lot of people swinging. I ain't even throw a pitch though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just looked at dude,
Because he's messing with your friend.
but I gave him that look that wasn't looking at him. I was looking through him.
Correct.
To the point that even when he turned his back, he kept turning around several times because he could feel my eyes on him.
Oh man.
Because I was looking at bro like, I don't want you to say one more thing, but oh my gosh, if you would give me the privilege of saying one more thing, I'm gonna ether you.
Mm.
And he didn't do it. Which I think because remember he kept saying, what? And
But no eye contact though.
Exactly.
He was not giving you eye contact.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
It was embarrassing.
So I would have. That's the closest I've got. But again, it's because people be messing with my people though. I'm just very, I don't like it. I don't like it. So, Juliana, can you get one of my boys to get my water, to fill it up and bring it to me? Because I need to hydrate. I'm locked into the saddle for 3 hours. I need to hydrate. All right. So somebody asked about comedy. Okay. And I think we need to let everybody know what we got cooking on the comedy front. But to help me out, I'm gonna ask my homie to come in and we can talk about what we got going on. So y'all know last year I did 5 shows. We did 2 in October, 3 in November, in Denton, just right up the street from my house. In those 5 shows, I logged 7 hours and 42 minutes of stand-up time.
Well done.
If I was trying to do open mics, I wouldn't even have a total of 55 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, you did it for what?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and you're like, I'm gonna go sell this out back to back.
Yeah. We sold out every show.
Every show.
And I'm not saying all 7 hours and 42 minutes was knee-slappingly funny. But what it was an opportunity for us to get our routine together and do what we do. No worries.
And you got to work.
And I got to work. And after I got to work, I got with my friend who is a comedic genius, in my opinion. One of the best comic writers I know, and I just asked him to start like breaking down all of my sets, helping me get them right, get them tight, so that we could go out on the road this year. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start hitting up some clubs. You know what I'm saying? And
Amen.
so I'm super excited about it. And I'm not going out alone. I'm going out with the guy that is helping me get better every single day. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get a claps in the chat. Jamie Kilstein.
Hey, Jack.
My guy, Jamie Kilstein is back in the building.
Let's go.
Yo!
my
I'm
God.
so excited that you are here, my guy. What's going on with you?
It looks like I can no longer afford to come to Dallas, and I just have to do it from my apartment now.
Oh, dude, I love you, bro. It's so good to see you, man. How's it going?
It's great. It's so good. I love you too. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man.
I love all you guys, for real. It's just, I feel like our friendship has been so insane. It's been so insane, dude. And when you look at all, it's one of those moments, and everyone says it. You know, I had the beginning of my year last year was so hard. And things are so good right now. And when you're in it and people are like, hey man, God has a plan. Everything happens for a reason. You're like, shut up.
Right,
Things
exactly.
so bad right now.
Yep.
And then you look back at every little detail and every little twist and turn and nook that was set up for you. And you just go, fine. Everything is good. God was right. I wish there was an easier route.
For
I wish
sure.
he didn't take me through like the Doom Forest.
Right. The Doom Forest is
a
hilarious.
Nice scenic drive would be good. But yeah, man, things are good. I'm excited. We have a little announcement, and yeah, I'm really happy, dude.
Hey, so I want to talk about that, man. But first, before I talk about that, I need to talk about you.
Okay.
So I was just telling everybody in the chat, but I want to say it where you can hear me. I could not be where I am right now as a comic without you. Like literally.
Buddy.
Like it's one thing to have the encouragement of some people. And I've had this the encouragement of some other comics that have helped me out, but nobody has gone to the lengths that you have gone to, like painstakingly go through every single one of my sets, to leave me voice notes on all the stuff I can do better, to leave me typed out notes that I can go back and refer to, so that I'm just not out there doing the best I can, but I'm out there actually giving the best of myself. And so I just want to give you your flowers while you can smell them, man. You are helping me be the comedian that I've always felt like I could be. And it's only because of the encouragement and the feedback that you've given me. Because if you would have looked at any of that stuff and been like, and I'm dead serious about this, if you'd looked at any of my material and been like, hey buddy, just stick to the pod.
Right.
Like I really do think the pod is
right.
Just do the pod. I would have just been like,
when's Mike Todd coming back on the pod? Get those numbers up.
Exactly. Like I think I would have had the Denzel glory tear fall out of my eye when you said it to me, but I would have got over it, and I would have just been like, Jamie told me not to do this, and so I'm not doing this. So kudos to you. Thank you so much. All right, so we got exciting news, man, but why don't you...
Wait, no. I got to give you your credit. This has to go two ways, because, and I think this ties into what we're going to announce, but I have to give you credit too, because man, like, you are successful, right? You have a very successful podcast. You have money. You have a family that loves you. These are all reasons not to do stand-up comedy. like people, I think sometimes think comedy, you know, they just see the Netflix specials and they think it's fun.
Right.
But comedy is also, you know, telling a deep story about coming to terms with your dad's death, while someone who a friend brought is slowly eating a mozzarella stick in the front row, or a phone goes off, or a bottle drop. Like, comedy is really hard, and everyone thinks they're funny, and everyone who has a story about doing some dumb shit in college thinks they can get up on stage. And, you know, like fighting, I mean, because those are the two things I chose to do in my life, is fighting and comedy.
Yep.
It humbles you really quick. Every guy thinks they can stop a bank robbery. Well, if I was there, and then they go into spar for the first time, and some like tiny girl chokes them out.
Right.
Every guy thinks they could get up on stage.
Yep.
And so you have a story about being a good comedian in your youth. You have a podcast where people think you're funny. It would be so easy for you, bro, just to be like, and with me and my notes, like, my notes are not, you know, I have been doing stand-up for 25 years. I don't look up to the easy comics.
Right. You don't.
Most of the comics I look up to died before they got famous.
Right.
You know, I mean, these were guys who weren't trying to be actors, the George Carlins, the Lenny Bruces, the Richard Pryor, who did act, but these are people who, Bill Hicks,
Right.
were so edgy and gritty and got booed off stage as much as they got standing ovations,
Yep.
That's how I came up. I came up with, dude, if you're going to do comedy, you better not do easy shit. You better not pander to an audience that is going to clap for you because they love the podcast or because they loved you on this sitcom or, whatever. If you are going to do comedy, you are going to be a truth teller. You are going to use comedy to be subversive. That doesn't mean you have to be preachy. Like, be goofy, be silly. Like, I do that too. But I care so much about the craft, and there is a lot of, influencers who just go to do comedy because, they can, and because they're famous, and they can, and it's a cash grab. So when I looked at that material, dude, as much as I want to work with you, and I was like, if this is bad, I'm gonna be like, I guess I got to go back to a pop. You know what I mean? Like it was both of us, dude.
Yeah.
And that was Juliette, I assume. Or I assume you're not kissing a mistress who's bringing you water. She really helped me too, because the last time I did your podcast, my poor manager is like, make a 5-minute promo video. I'm like, got it. Me and her talked in the basement in the kitchen for a good 20 minutes. And her biggest advice to me with all of the stuff I was going through with my career, with finances, newly married, is she goes, follow peace. Wherever you feel peace, follow that.
That's right.
Don't feel it.
That's right.
Bounce.
Yes.
And that's all I've done. And that's what led me to this. That's what led me to our continued friendship. That's what led me to not just doing a podcast because I think I'm supposed to do a podcast and I got to make money.
Right.
It's what led me to being patient for the first time in my life. And now that has led us to an announcement.
Let's talk about this announcement. I'm so excited about it. Me and Jamie are going on tour. We are going on tour. I'm so excited about it. We already got 2 dates in March. And go ahead.
Addison Improv.
The Addison Improv. And that's full circle for me.
Dude, that's where you just go. Anytime you have self-doubt or imposter syndrome, or I do, you just go, that's where you go, this is a God thing, dude. Like, it can't, I don't know why I thought you started the DC Improv racism. I don't know why I thought that. Like, I was born in I just, maybe because that was the last improv I played.
Yep.
But I did not know that the first offer we got for this co-headlining stand-up comedy tour, by the way.
That's right.
It is not a live podcast.
Nope.
It is not a former pastor helps a depressed guy get his life back together one-on-one chat.
No.
We are both returning to the art form that we love.
That's right.
That has been desperately chasing us.
That's right.
We've been like ignoring all signs.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's what we got so far, and we have a lot of other dates coming. If you're watching this on Instagram, post below what cities you want us to go to, because we want to travel the world doing comedy. March 11th is going to be the Addison Improv.
Yep.
Tickets will be available shortly. Tim and I will both announce it on Instagram.
Yep.
And then Houston the next night.
Yep.
March
the 12th.
12th.
Yep.
At the Houston Improv.
Yep. I cannot believe
dude,
these are the first two. And I can't believe Addison is the first one. You've been doing comedy for 25 years. I've been away from it for 25 years. And I come back, and the first place out of the entire world, out of the entire country, the very first place I come back is the place I ran from 25 years ago. Deathly Afraid.
Ooh.
I did 3 minutes. The guy that got me to 3 minutes told me, you're going to get 3 minutes here. I did a 6-week comedy class with him. At the end of it, you get 3 minutes at the Improv. He goes, it's an A-list club. Kiss it goodbye after your 3 minutes. You're going to have to do every ratty hole-in-the-wall place, and it's going to take you 2 to 5 years to get back to this place.
It's such a scam.
Yeah,
bro. A racket.
Yeah, so, right? So So I do my 3 minutes, and the club manager comes up to me and he says, "Hey, that was a really good set. Do you mind coming back next Friday and working on it?" And it scared me to death. I literally thought it was like a trap from Satan.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day and drinking, a fifth of Hennessy. So
I so love that that's your idea of the Satan temptation is like what I used to do when I was doing stand-up.
Right,
like
exactly.
smoking.
Cigarettes and drinking. So I was so legalized by religion that I could not see. So 25 years away, and it's like you said, it's poetic. It's absolutely poetic that we be back at the Addison Improv in Texas, and then the very next one is the Houston Improv. I'm just excited, man. I can't wait to do it.
Houston Improv is a big club, so you guys got to tell your friends.
Yeah,
I want to sell because
that one's like, I know Improv is under 200, but Houston is over 400.
Yeah, Houston's almost 500. I think Addison's almost 300. It's over 200, but
is it over 200?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
actually, I can tell you right now because I have the.
I thought it was like 183.
452 is Houston.
Yeah, 452 is Houston.
Almost 300. 288 is Addison.
288. Okay, great. So yeah, we definitely want to we definitely want to sell out both shows again. March the 11th and 12th. Addison is the 11th, and Houston is the 12th. And these are the first of our dates. These are just the first 2 to book confirm. We got Cali on the docket. We got Atlanta, I think Nashville.
Yeah.
There's all these different cities that.
Well, also, my friend JP Buck, who's booking it, and he was Conan's booker, and he's just incredible. He's booking it for us, and
it gives me so much like imposter syndrome, Jamie. It gives me so much imposter syndrome.
He loves you. He's the best. I feel like the better these shows do, if these are the first ones, if ones don't get thrown before, but the better these ones do, they get to take it to all the other improvs and be like, hey, they sold them out. Yeah. So then we get to travel the country.
Yeah,
so
that's
if you
great.
have friends in the area and you're somewhere else and you want us to come, that is how you do it. I'll say, I don't know how long you have, but I don't have an Addison running away story, but I have I've quit comedy so many times, and times that I thought it was toxic in my life, times that I was scared. I've walked away from big opportunities. I've self-sabotaged. And every time I quit comedy, I would just turn on like the art of comedy. I just wouldn't watch it because I was, and that's how you know you're probably wrong.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, screw comedy. And there's a lot of the stand-up culture that is really toxic that I don't want a part of. That the only way I can literally go back to it in a healthy way is to go with a pastor.
Right.
And
so really funny.
But it's true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what comedy has done for me, what laughter has done for me, where it's come from. I mean, look, we're funny because of trauma, right? And you're not funny because of that comedy class. No offense to the improv. And I used to just, I would get to a certain point of success and I would quit or I would screw it up. And it was Robin Williams who every time would talk me out of quitting. And this woman came up to me at the gym yesterday and she was like, hey, I'm so sorry, but can I ask you, like, is there someone that's like past in your life that you should like be talking to more? And I was like, yep. And she's like, I just feel like I was supposed to tell you that. And who knows, right? But I've been thinking about Robin so much because, I even have imposter syndrome with Robin. I have a printed out interview with him where he calls me his favorite comic, and he was always the kindest person in the world to me. And once he died, I was just like, well, no one's here to tell me not to quit anymore. Or, now that it's been like 12 years or whatever it's been, I'm just like, was I making that up? Like, did he actually like me? Did he actually want me to? All this crazy talk. And so the fact to be going back on the road, doing the exact kind of comedy he liked, the stuff I'm writing. And by the way, we should also say, this is not going to be like church comedy. This isn't Tim being like, if I wrote the 10 Commandments, or this is like, I'm talking about, Yeah, I'm talking about sex and drugs and problems I've had with the church. You always drop the N word so much. It's so funny though. You hit it so funny. But at the same time, I think what's really great is we're not trying to censor ourselves because there are gonna be Christians in the audience.
No.
We are, both of us with our sets, pushing the boundaries, but it's coming from and this, you can't promote comedy on the Joe Rogan podcast like this, but it is coming from a really like sweet place.
For sure,
I
absolutely.
think my edgiest material, like whether I'm like cursing or talking about porn or sex or whatever, my edgiest material is still coming from that. I'm trying to be a better person. These are
Correct.
struggles I'm going through.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's never just like punching,
No,
making
crass.
fun of like,
Yeah.
no.
No.
But it's filthy. So I don't know if you want to bring like your grandma. I mean, I don't know, dude. Every time I do shows with older people, they're like, I've been fucking longer than you, and they're great. But yeah, man, I feel like you running away from Addison, me running away from comedy. I feel Robin. I feel everybody from our past who has either wanted us to do this or talked us out of it. All the weird diversions we've made for whatever reasons. I just feel like this is, even if this is I think it's going to be really big. I think this ends with both of us doing Netflix specials. But dude, even if it's a one-time thing, just because me and you were supposed to do it, and
Absolutely.
your audience is just like exactly who I want to perform for. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast.
Thank you. I'm excited about it, and I can't wait. So the 2 dates that we got locked in, March 11th in Addison, Texas, 8 p.m. And
at the
Improv in Addison, and the Addison in Houston, the Houston Improv, the Addison in Houston, the Improv in Houston, the Houston Improv, March the 12th, 8 p.m. Bring 3 friends. Don't just bring a friend. Bring them out. We want to pack both of these shows out.
Yeah.
And
bring your atheist friends, bring your struggling friends, bring your gay friends, bring your church friends,
bring everybody.
We are using comedy, especially now with everything going on with politics. We are all gonna laugh at ourselves. We are gonna be filthy and weird, and you're gonna feel so fucking safe in this spot. Like, you are not crazy, you are not alone. I want to bring people together with this comedy. And so that's it. Bring everyone. I don't care what they believe.
Spring break
bring everybody.
week, by the way.
Oh, that's spring break week.
Spring break week.
Let's go. Absolutely. That's fantastic.
Drop the kids off and go to the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Drop the kids off. Let them eat Giorgino's pizza. DiGiorno's.
Right.
Yeah, and Giorgino's. I don't know who Giorgino is, but he's probably at Centro Mercado, not at the I don't know. At the Fiesta. That's the he's at the Giorgino's is at the Fiesta freezer aisle. Jamie, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. It's gonna be great. I look forward to it, man.
It's gonna be great.
Tell your wife I said
tell
hi.
us on Instagram. I will. She's very ill right now in the other room. Tell us on Instagram where you want us to tour.
Absolutely. We want to know on Instagram what cities you want us to pull up to. The more cities that we get, the more we'll be out here in these streets. Jamie
I want to make
Kilstein.
behind the scenes stuff. I want to make sketches with you. We'll do it all on the road.
It's going to be amazing. I love you, my friend. Have a great day. All right, man. Peace. Hey, this format, the fact that we just can pop anybody in whenever we want, it's a beautiful thing.
Hey, go ahead and hit us with the flow, brother.
We going to, okay, check it. We going to a comedy show. What am I going to say? Nobody knows. There's cons and pros. I might even show my toes, but since nobody knows, I'm just going to keep it on this Cali with Derrick's flow. So here we go. I need y'all to come to the show. We from the West Coast, no lie. When we do everything, we don't even try. Contact, come back, no attacks. We use our voice just for good. From Inglewood, so you know a nigga should.
Hey, Jack.
Worship Christ so nice. If I do it once, then I must do it twice. Last night I had rice.
What else happened?
I love y'all. All right, man. So I need y'all to not
Only
David Williams hashtag only toes.
Only toes.
Yo.
Only flows.
Only flows.
Only
hey,
flows.
that's gonna be our OnlyFans account. It's gonna be only flows. Everybody gonna come in there like, and all they're gonna get is raps. They're gonna be like, I'm mildly disappointed and at the same time aroused. I'm so excited to do comedy, man. Hey, listen, do not come to this comedy show if you're easily offended. You only need to come to the comedy show if you're ready to check your offense at the door. Come in and laugh. Laugh at yourself.
Come on.
Laugh at what's going on in life. Listen, if we don't bring levity to the stresses of our life, we are going to be depressed. And I'm not trying to be depressed. I'm trying to be my best. I pass on my tests, so I don't have any stress. Tim Ross is too blessed.
Hey,
I gave God my yes. Trying to give him my best. Yay, that thing is, ooh,
Come
you
on,
got
Derrick.
soundtracks
That was
in here.
Derrick, by the way, y'all.
Derrick doing too much in here. These pieces. Laughter is soul cleansing. It is, Tierra. That's what I'm about. J-Mo, Tim, I want a joke.
We're going to cut it. Go ahead, brother.
Okay.
And in 3, 2, everybody give it up for the powerful
Tim
Ross!
Hey, welcome. Okay, so these 3 guys going through a bar. What do you do? What are you even gonna do? 3 guys going through a bar, okay? 2 guys, the 2 guys, the 2 guys, 2 of the 3 guys, right? The 2 guys, one of these guys is I don't know. These guys, I don't know. They work in a church, okay? They do something in the church, okay? I don't know what they do. There's some ministry related guys, okay? And the next guy is a business guy, right? And these 3 goons go into a bar, right? The 2 church guys, they get milk, okay? It's not even regular cow milk. They get some kind of soy milk, okay? And then the other guy's there, and he gets something else. And he gets a whiskey. All right, so the 2 church guys get the milk, and then the other guy gets a whiskey. And there's your joke, J-Mo, because I don't do jokes.
Hey.
There's no jokes. I tell stories. Shout out to A.C with the Canadian $7. Let's go.
Come on now.
Canadian $7.
Shout out the Lord.
Let's go, Canadian dollar. That's what I'm talking about. Beats by Lib. I'm sneaking my earbud in. Yeah, David Williams, you're right. Tim Ross sounded like Andy Mineo doing skits on his album. Oh, my goodness.
Shout out David Williams moderating in the chat.
Yeah, shout out. Y'all put claps in the chat for David Williams.
We got 2 minutes, so we're going to be calling some people in, by the way.
Oh, it's all good. We about to. Oh my goodness, the 9 o'clock hour has come and gone that fast.
Quick.
How'd you like FaceTiming somebody in?
Yo, that was.
What was the vibe of that for you?
That was beautiful to see them. That was awesome. And they don't have to like fly here and get here and sit on the couch because it ain't a basement episode.
Nope.
Basement episode. Y'all do know like, obviously we got an announcement to make at the end of this show, but this show ain't the basement. Like let's keep that clear. This is not a 3-hour basement show.
Do we have a name for the show yet?
I think we do.
All right,
I think we do.
All right, go ahead.
I think we do.
Go ahead right now.
I'm not dropping it right
Hit
now.
it for the Lord, brother.
I'm not dropping it right now.
And drop it for the Lord, brother.
I could drop it for the Lord, but I'm not dropping the name for the Lord right now. So many people mad that I can drop it. They just be like, sure.
Hey, Tim, before we jump into hour 2, may I submit something to you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, perfect.
The Sinner's Room, $10. God bless. Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you.
Shout
Lord.
out the Sinner's Room.
Had a couple of people log in this week and give some honest feedback.
Mm-hmm.
People that'll just keep it above.
Yeah, for sure.
They were like, this is not the basement. We've watched him interact with people on his couch.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I can't turn away because we're watching how vulnerability is impacting people's lives in real time.
Wow.
And there was people in the chat that were like texting like, hey, I can't be in the chat. I can't engage with you guys anymore, but I'm going to still listen.
Wow.
So there's like layers of interactivity and engagement with our people that is growing with this new format.
Yep.
Another person was like, yo, it was cool. The basement was cool. Now I'm seeing new things. I'm seeing new things. I'm feeling new things.
Wow.
And the anointing is all over this. Like people are like, I can't turn away. I'm getting FOMO.
Wow. That's really good to know.
Can I have a job? I'm career homeless right now.
Career homeless? I love it.
I'm also career homeless.
No, we are. Rachel called Trump. I'm getting deported, the whole thing. I just need you.
Rachel called Trump.
Whoa.
I need you to help me out, brother. Julie's going too. Caleb, take care of her.
Not your white wife sending you back. Not your white wife calling ICE on you. What?
I'm pretty sure they're straight because they're married to American citizens, both of them.
So we're locked in?
Yeah, you guys are
Oh,
straight.
praise God.
Still Julie Cam on. Julie Cam on. Wait,
hey, still colonizing any way they can.
Anyway, on stolen land, huh?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
On stolen land, I'm weak.
And you know who I voted for? No, I'm just playing.
That's
Yo.
That is so funny. All right, so peep game. So yeah, okay, so yeah, when before we wrap up the show, I've already talked to Juliette. Juliette's gonna be doing her. This is like a real, like this really. Today is real sweet for me because obviously it's the first time we've done something like this. And Juliette does a lunchtime with Jew pod every Friday at 12, and this is now gonna be the lead-in show.
Literally though.
to my wifey's show.
It's beautiful.
And she does it right there. And so she's setting up already, and it's like so cute. Like this is great. But I will let y'all know the basement's not going anywhere. The basement show will still be that format. We get people in. It's that one-on-one. But this one's different. This is a 3-hour daily show that we're doing, and I'm really excited about it.
Amen.
And I feel like after yesterday, God confirmed some things. I talked to Juliette. She was at peace. So,
and you're a great radio host, man. Obviously, this is not technically radio.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you are a great host.
Thank you, man.
You know how to run it. You got.
It feels natural. Like I feel like,
man.
Right. Like obviously this week, I feel like I'm just copying everything I've ever heard. Listening to the radio shows that I listened to growing up. Derrick, I already know you were on this, or I at least I think you were. But like, this week has made me think about K-Day.
All day. Come on, Julio G and Tony G. Come on, man. Those are my people. That's Cali.
Yeah, bro.
That's Cali. Those are my people.
KDAY, bro.
Raza, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. like it's literally felt like K-Day to me. Like I'm going back and remembering how I heard them interacting with people, and when callers came in, and we need caller number 99. I remember calling in to 92.3 to beat.
With Big Boy or with Julio G when it was Ruthless Radio. Yeah. You remember Root with Easy E and Julio G?
Absolutely, bro. So I grew up on 92.3 to beat. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
and
man.
Trying to win tickets and trying to be the 99th caller, trying to be the 100th caller.
So good.
And I just remember those voices and how how engaging they were and all that kind of stuff. So I just felt like I sat down at the beginning of this weekend was trying to copy and mimic all that I heard. And so but it feels very natural. So I'm just going with it.
And you only have to work 15 hours a week.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Career homeless.
You have like the best part-time job in the world.
Hold on. B Tyler, wait till this nigga is on the actual radio. Y'all gonna be sick of me. I'm calling in every day. Yo, B, that is so funny. That is so funny. Okay, so anyway, shout out to Daphne Isabel Lee, $30. MYR. I'm not sure what MYR $30 is.
It's myrrh. No, I'm just kidding.
It's myrrh, brother.
Frankincense and myrrh.
Frankenstein and myrrh.
Is this?
It smells good.
So is this a manger?
We're in the manger, Daddy.
Oh my God.
Is this so this is not Blitz week, this is Manger week?
Manger week.
We're birthing something.
We are definitely birthing. This week was a birthing.
A birth? What?
This week was a birthing.
A birthing.
A birthing of a new show. Okay, so.
And it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Open up the phone lines, homeboy. It's past 10.
Right.
Let's go.
Sure?
Phone lines are wide open. Phone lines are wide open. Y'all can get up in here now. It's a wonderful thing.
Asani, you are on the line with Tim
Ooh,
Ross.
Asani, let us see her face. Hi, sweetheart.
I am so nervous. Oh my gosh.
I love you,
First of all,
Asani.
thank you. I love you too. Can y'all hear me good?
We can hear you perfect. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. First of all, I want to say thank you for this community you built. Shout out to one of my brothers in Christ. He put me on your show over a year ago. I've been watching all the time. My daughter was like, all you do is go to the gym, listen to Tim Ross. Like, she picks on me, but I appreciate this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for trusting our voice.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so my question is, okay, last year was literally the toughest year of my life. I've been saved since a young age. I just realized I guess last year that I was lukewarm for most of my walk. Even though I was serving, I was doing all the things. But last year I lost my son at 35 weeks pregnant. I have a 13-year-old. Thank you. I have a 13-year-old, and I had considered myself like wanting to do things the right way the next time. And I met this guy. I was abstinent for it was 2 or 2.5 years. I was so proud of myself. And yeah, things happened. I got pregnant. My pregnancy was so hard, Tim. It was so hard. I was sick every single day for the entire 9 months. Like, I've never thrown up so much in my life. Hospital visits, getting IVs, dehydrated. It was horrible. And I just feel like the thing that was keeping me sane was knowing I had this baby at the end. I wanted my son. His dad wanted him. And it was just heartbreaking to not be able to get my son. So my question is, and just some context, his umbilical cord wrapped around his foot 3 times.
Ooh.
So it just sucks because it's like that's the thing that was keeping you alive, and it took my baby out, and it just hurt my feelings so bad because I'm 32. I had my daughter, I think I was like 17, 18.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't praying during that pregnancy. I was trying to make it through school and stuff, but this pregnancy, I read the Bible with my son. I read out loud. We listened to the Bible. I rubbed my belly with oil, and I was just heartbroken. But honestly, I can say I sat in that hospital that day, knowing when they told me he had no heartbeat, I sat there and I still trusted God because I know I'm his daughter, and I know he wouldn't do that to me for no reason.
Absolutely.
I knew he had a plan. Like, as heartbreaking as it was, I just felt like it was protection. And I thank God, like, if you guys are in North Carolina, my church family and my pastor, they were so good to me. But my pastor, he came and he told me, like, this is not punishment. And I needed to hear that because it felt like it was a consequence. Like, let's be real, the wages of sin is death. So I take accountability, and I realized I put my son in a position to lose his life, but my pastor reassured me it wasn't punishment. Like, God didn't do this to hurt me. So my question is, like, how do I fully deal with grief? Like, I feel like with relationships, I'm able to be like, okay, you delete the text thread, delete the pictures, and it's whatever. Eventually you get over it. But this is something that, like, that was a piece of me. He grew inside of me. Absolutely. And sometimes I feel like I was in therapy before I had my son. I've been in therapy. I got a new therapist. I started a 12-step program, like a process group. So I'm doing the things, I'm serving. I feel like I've been through deliverance, reading my Bible, but sometimes I feel like I don't know if I'm really dealing with it, and if I'm just trying to, like, forget like it ever happened and act like it never happened. Like, do you have any suggestions and tips for that?
Absolutely. First, I just want to say thank you so much for just trusting us with such a tragic part of your life. Like, that is, to lose a child at any stage is heartbreaking. But to be that far along.
Like, he was almost here, and it just breaks my heart because, like, I don't know if it was sorry to cut you off, mom's intuition, but it's like, I don't know if subconsciously I knew. Like, I just don't know if subconsciously I knew. Like, as a mom, I can't just say, hey, I'm ready to have this baby, take him out. But I felt like I just felt in my spirit like I need him to come a little earlier. Like I felt like I was trying to protect him from something. And on top of dealing with a horrible, sickly pregnancy, I got hands put on me, like domestic violence. Like it was just crazy. Like he was the light at the end of the tunnel. And it just breaks my heart that he is not here. And with his 1 year anniversary coming up on March 12th, it's like,
Wow.
I don't know how to like, people are like, are you going to celebrate? Are you going to do anything? I don't know.
For sure. Absolutely. For sure. Okay, so there's one part of what you said that I want to address, and I would like to shift the perspective, okay?
Okay.
You said the wages of sin are death. That is absolutely true. But that had nothing to do with your baby. When I tell you that had nothing to do with your baby, that had nothing to do with your baby. God is the giver of life. Whether you were in a happy marriage and this was your 5th child you were having, I do not want you to associate that verse with the death of your child. You having sex with that man is not the reason why your child died. That is a lie from the enemy, because he wants to keep condemnation, guilt, and shame on you. And so before I go any further, I need to take that shame, condemnation, and guilt off of you. It does not belong to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so and do you receive that?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Because I'm telling you, that verse has nothing to do with that baby.
I'm glad you said that. I was literally like, I was going to write a book about my experience, and that was going to be the titles, Tim. I kid you not.
I'm glad
That was going to be the title.
I'm glad I changed that title. I'm glad God changed that title.
That was going to be the title.
Yeah, because that's not what this was. Like I can't tell you how many babies born out of wedlock have gone on to be amazing people in the faith and evangelists. And the first person that came to my mind was Reggie Dabbs. Reggie Dabbs' mom got pregnant she was turning a trick. She was hoeing and got pregnant with this dude. And that man has evangelized more high schools probably in the world than anybody that I know of personally. So if the wages of sin is death, there ain't no way Reggie Dabbs should have came out of his mama's womb from mid hoeing. Like this is how the evangelist got here from his mama hoeing. So okay. So now that we got that straightened out, let's talk about the grief. Because grief comes like the tide in the ocean. And sometimes it's a low tide, sometimes it's a high tide, and sometimes it is a tsunami. And you don't know until you're on the beach.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful that you are already getting the therapy and the counseling that you need. You're going through your grief work. But I want you to know, like, you don't have to, as March 12th approaches, you don't have to have a plan. You know what I mean? You could get hit with a tsunami on February 28th.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And you might want to eat a cake on March 12th. And somebody would be like, how come you're not more sad? I mean, you lost your baby. Like, so like, you don't know when it's coming. My dad, my next month is a year that my dad will be gone. This time last year, he was in a hospice bed in his life, and we were walking him down the corridor of death. So, and that grief comes in waves for me. The first 4 months of his grief, child, I can't tell you how much I said the F word. I'm so, like, it was always in the car, and it was always like I would have a thought about him, and like I'm obviously not gonna say the word right now, but I would just say, so I'm gonna just use a word that
like
rhymes.
WTF, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it was just that word, and it was really live. So I'm gonna say duck instead of the other word. But I would just be driving down the street. I would think about it, and then I'd be like, duck. Like it was a vein popping scream. Like, and I wouldn't start crying, but I was angry. All of my anger was coming out around his loss and his absence. It was his absence that was just, it angered me. I was mad he was gone. Like, and I could have thrown Jesus glitter on it and been like, the Lord gave me 74, almost 75 beautiful years with this man. And so, you know, the Lord wanted them back. And then another angel has his wings, which ain't theologically correct at all. Ain't nobody going up there getting some wings placed on their shoulder blades. So I just want you to embrace however grief comes to you. The deal that I have made with my grief is when it shows up, I will not ignore it. Okay? When your grief shows up, do not repress it. Do not ignore it. And however
I'm writing this down.
Yeah, no, that's good. And however it shows up for you is appropriate for that day. So if grief shows up for you one day and all you want to do is cry, that's boom, great. If it shows up for you another day and you're angry, that's a good grief day. If it shows up for you another day and you're just looking at the sonogram pics, right, and remembering the shape of that head and that nose, and you know what I mean, it's like that baby was gonna look like me, like, you know what I mean. What all the things, like you grief, there's no formula for it. So when it visits, don't ignore it, because grief is one of those things that if you do ignore it, it'll show out on you.
Wow. Okay.
It'll spray paint your house. It'll start throwing rocks through your window. Right? It'll blow up your phone 42 times in a row. It'll drain the battery in 20 minutes. It'll just keep calling, right? So I think you're doing a really good job, and I applaud your bravery for not only allowing us to hear you today, but also to see you.
Thank you. This is literally me kind of facing a fear. I hate public speaking. I feel like I'm just one of those people. I want to be in the background. Let me help you out any way I can.
For
And I
sure.
feel like because of that and because of my heart, God is like, no, you need to do more.
Wow.
And I thank God for my pastor, because he challenges me, not in a pushy way, especially more so before this last year. But now he's like, it's time, like, let's
For
get back
sure.
out there.
Yep.
And I need to be more vocal. I have so many testimonies. And even after the loss of my son last year, like, I'm so proud of myself, Tim. The way I've handled this year, you would not have known if I did not open up my mouth and tell you. I started a weekly Zoom, like a
Wow.
discipleship program.
Wow.
I do life with people because that's the culture my church has taught me. So I didn't let this stop me. Like, I'm really proud of myself. I have my moments, I have my days, but this has not took me out. I didn't have to take any medication. They prescribed it, never took it.
fantastic.
Like, I thank God.
That's
I hate
beautiful.
that this had to happen, but I'm gonna use it. Romans 8:28. It's gonna work out for my good and for somebody else's good, because I'm not gonna be silent about it.
I'm so proud of you. Hey, bravery looks so good on you, Asani. It
Thank
looks
you.
so good
Thank
on you.
you.
Hey, and I want you.
I was like, I might have to turn my camera off during, but I'm proud of myself. I got through it.
I'm so proud of you. Hey, shout out your church and shout out your pastor, because everybody ain't going to no bad, broken up church.
No, absolutely not. And next month will be 6 years I've been at my church. Pastor Ravon Ravenel in LaGrange, North Carolina. It's called the Presence Church. Please come visit us. You will not regret it. You will
That's
not.
what I'm
Anybody
talking
I've ever
about.
invited. Anybody I've ever invited, they either join or they definitely come back. Pastor Ravon Ravenel, the Presence Church.
Hey, let me tell you something. Ravon Ravenel is a dope name, period. Right? Like, whether he was a pastor, motivational speaker, or the guy that does your personal banking, if he hands you a card and it says Ravon Ravenel, like, okay, sir, you official. I'll listen
He's
to
so
you.
dope.
That's so
He's
dope.
so dope.
Well, shout out
Thank
to you. Shout out to Presence Church. Shout out to Pastor Ravenel. I love you so much, Asani. Have a great weekend.
I love
Okay?
you guys too. Thank you. Y'all have a great weekend. And
All
keep
right.
doing this. We love it. We love it.
It's here to stay. Bye. Woo! Asani. Doing her grief work. No!
We got a little surprise visit, my brother.
Yo! Hey, yo! What are you doing, bro? Oh my
I
gosh!
had to just call in,
What are you doing right now?
bro. To call in and just say what it do. Congratulate the guy on this new format, bro. You killing, bro.
Yo,
You killing.
hey, hey, you were an hour ahead of me, so it was like 11 something your time. It was 10 my time. We were texting and voice noting each other. You were giving me so much encouragement. You were giving me so much perspective. And
Bro.
I mean, you a real brother to me, man. But to see you right now,
Bro.
like I did not expect you to see you today. So this is
Are we fired?
no, you're not
Okay,
fired.
great.
Like you just got promoted to
Man,
Chipotle bowls.
I had to call in, man. I was like, I just need the world to know, man. Being on your show, it created so much noise in the world, but so much noise in my own spirit, man, that I'm just walking around saying, man, you know what? F it. I'm gonna stay vulnerable, and I'm just gonna stay true to who I am. And I just wanted you to know, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate the basement. We appreciate how God is using you. And just what your heart is doing. I went back and watched some of the shows from earlier this week. Bro, you need your own radio shows. So the world, we need to continue supporting. We need y'all to share this with y'all's friends. I'm going to be sharing it, but man, we love you, bro. But I need you to get back to helping people. But I just want to surprise you, bro, and just say, man, I love you. Keep
Thank you,
doing your
man.
thing, my
Thank
guy.
you, bro. I appreciate you, man. That means a lot that you even popped in, bro. Have a great weekend.
sir.
Have a great day. Keep blessing people and
You,
helping
man.
them get their finances straight.
That's the goal, my guy. Appreciate
I love
you, man.
you, bro.
Love y'all. Love
All
y'all
right,
too.
man.
Hey.
Peace.
Peace.
Unbelievable, yo. Wow, bro. Ooh. Man, y'all blessing me for real, man. Y'all blessing me for real. Hey, y'all see my wife in the back, my fine wife in the back, trying to get her, she getting her set ready for her show. She's so damn cute.
It's a confirmed
Oh
network.
my God, why you so cute, dude? Hey, why are you so cute, though? Hey, come here.
Hey, hey.
Your fine self. Oh, girl.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I love you. You're doing great.
You're so pretty. This outfit is nice. I don't know how I'm gonna do this show. Hey, y'all gonna have to crop the camera or something, cause hey, that girl fine, man.
Hey, man.
I've been in love with that girl since I laid eyes on her in 1997.
Amen.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, I've been rocking with Drew since this year. I've known her for 27 years. We've been married for 26. Shout out to 1,000 people in the chat.
We got 1,000
10:23
in the
this
chat.
morning. Hey, man, I'm so glad that y'all are all here. It's such a beautiful thing.
Not the chat gave me $287 today.
The chat already,
They already gave $287.
hey, 287 in the building. Thank
And
you so much. We really appreciate
We're
you.
going straight to McDonald's after this. Just
Yo, that is
lunch
so
with Jew
funny.
at McDonald's.
Lunch with Jew at McDonald's is wild. I wouldn't do it.
Burgers.
You're making
Oh
burgers
my
today?
gosh.
Baby, you said you were making
I
smoothies.
did. And then mommy went to the store and was like, yeah, hamburger meat.
Come
and
on now.
bread and toast.
So you making your
Praise God.
My own
God,
McDonald's.
dog, you look good on camera. Oh, golly.
Better than McDonald's? I got McDonald's.
I got McDonald's and you can't have none. I got McDonald's and you can't have. I got McDonald's and you can't have none.
What's up? Like, I got McDonald's.
I got McDonald's and you can't have none.
So good.
Angelina, I love how you love your wife, Uncle Tim. Any advice on how husbands and wives can love each other? I think it's important to stay curious about each other. I also think it's important to like stay focused on each other. Hey, it's easy to start loving something else if you start giving something else more attention. I don't want to give anybody more attention than I give my wife. Like, I genuinely love this woman. I love being around her. I love her breath in the morning. Like, hey, I love that breath in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love being up under her. I'm a power spooner.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm a power spooner.
Freaky.
Yeah, it's like I love spooning, and I love just being up. I just love being up under her. I love wrapping my body around her body, and so she better than a blanket. So
Caribbean blanket.
and she's Caribbean, so she hot blooded. I know she be breaking out in sweats like, why this boy on me? Why he all over me though? And it don't matter because
Welcome to Freakville.
it's all good. Siobhan Jones, what is a power spooner? It is whatever a power bottom is not.
Oh my god.
LaShonda, God, it's me again. Y'all are so wild. All right, who's our next caller?
You ready for him?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
right.
Let's get it. It's the 10 o'clock hour. Y'all already know we wide open for calls. Let's get it popping.
Miss Will, or Mr. Will, you are on the line with Tim Ross. Hit it, brother.
What's happening?
What's happening, Will? Hey, bro, just your first 2 words. I love your voice, man.
Yeah, that's my country slang. I just, being from Duval,
Let's
I
go.
just so first I wanna say thank you. Let you know that you are appreciated. Love. I know you've done so much in my life. As they say, I am a pillar of what the B-side looks like. And I say that all because there are 2 sermons that you preach that changed my life. The first sermon was when you ain't have no hair and you was like way young. And it was Stop Tripping.
Yes, sir. Stop tripping. It's coming.
Stop Tripping. And boy, you had that suit on and I
Yep.
was like, Lord, look at Tim.
With them Keebler elf shoes curling up at the end.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But you was killing.
Thank you, bro.
Killing.
Thank you, bro.
And then the main one that really changed my life was The Peace of Mind. That series.
Yes, sir. From Embassy
really
City.
did it for me.
Yes, sir.
And it did it for me because as men, it's one of those things that, as you said, what you tend to hide or what you don't speak on, you act out. And as a young man growing up, in this world, I didn't speak on a lot of stuff coming out and I acted out and I hid behind things, playing sports, basketball, football, ran track, didn't want to come home, just all the things that could be a distraction.
Yep.
And when I heard that dealing with a peace of mind and I went through that whole series and I've just been just a pillar of just doing the work, doing the therapy,
Yes, sir.
going to counseling. And like I said, I'm a pillar of what the B-side looks like, because I went through a whole divorce. And you did a series on that. It was a part that you said, that just really challenged me as a man.
Yes, sir.
And I had to raise my hand and say, you know what? I got to call my own foul. I can't. I don't get to choose when that person, is done when you committed,
Right.
infidelity and things like. I don't get to choose when, because you hear so many times, in a divorce, you watch it go good, and you watch him bring people back together, and then you watch it where that doesn't happen. So
For
it was
sure.
just like. I never knew I would be in that situation with trying to, raise 4 daughters, knowing that my ex-wife was in the military as a lieutenant colonel and just trying to juggle that piece to where not trying to justify what I did, but I didn't have the tools
Right, for sure.
to be able to fight the things that I was going through.
Yes, sir.
Because I was the stay-at-home parent and I didn't know what life looks like. Nobody taught me what life looked like as a man to stay home when I want to work.
Right.
So I just really want to just take this time. I know it's been a busy week. It's been phenomenal.
Thank you, man.
But there's a Bible verse that I stand on, and it says, if you're a teacher, you teach. You give generously. If you encourage, you are encouraged. So that's what I wanted to do. I want to encourage you, because that's what I am. in this community, I encourage so many people because that's my gift.
Yes, sir.
And it brings me joy to do that. And I'm able to do it because I have a big brother in you that has sown into me, and I keep my hand open, as you say.
Yes, sir.
Because it doesn't belong to me.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So I just want to tell you that, man, and I love you and I appreciate you, man.
I love you, man. Hey, I got to tell you, man, it means the world to me. Words of affirmation is my love language anyway, but to get it from another brother is such a blessing to me, man. Thank you so much. You have literally put wind in my sails with your words today, and I really
that's a
appreciate
blessing. I'm glad I did, because when I met you in New York, I was so happy. I drove from Maryland to see you in New York.
Yes, sir. Thank you
And
for coming.
that was a blast. That was a blast. So, and shout out to my brother Derrick. He has a special place in my heart. I thank him for being obedient to what he's doing and his calling.
For sure.
And Hector, Julie, like all y'all, it's just like I said. I have so many friends in the Discord and being able to see everybody, and it's just like I said, it's a privilege, and I don't wear it lightly. And I'm thankful that I'm a part of something that's bigger than me.
Thank you, bro. Me and you both. I love you so much, bro. Have a great weekend, okay?
All right, love you too, Tim.
All right, man. Yo.
He said, no question. I'm here to edify
bro.
and encourage you.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
That was beautiful.
Hey, bro. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Now, obviously, outside of God, Juliette, Nathan, and Noah, I really don't need nobody to tell me nothing after that. But when you get genuine love from a brother in Christ, like and we as men need that from each other. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we like, man, I ain't gonna be gassing nobody up, or ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be souping this nigga. Like it ain't got nothing to do with that. We need to encourage each other, and we need to hear from each other as brothers in Christ. And so that was textbook right there, man. I'm on cloud 9. I mean, we could sign off right now. Ain't nobody gonna have to tell me nothing. So I'm super excited about it. My heart just feels good. There's something on the thing saying, "Are we still there?"
Oh, ignore that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an old thing.
Okay.
From Anthony O'Neill popping in. No big deal.
They're like, "Anthony, are you still here?"
No, he's gone.
Anthony hung up, but he didn't.
Dude, how sick was that?
He just Anthony popping in, man. Anthony was the one.
How did it happen?
That's why I sent you that link today. I got that from Anthony. Yeah.
Did he message you guys, or how did that even happen?
So he came on the YouTube chat. He was in there. He's been popping in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
But then he was like, yo, can I get in? And then David Williams was looking out, trying to send him the Discord link.
Yeah.
And Hector was like, no, we gotta get him the back line.
Yeah,
we
for
don't
sure.
hit him with the back line.
He had the cartel link.
Yeah.
He had the cartel link.
The cartel link
We brought
is
him
wild.
through the tunnel.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly. That's so funny. Well, man, this was man, what a way to start.
Right?
What a way to start. Juliana, can you get my Bible off the desk in the wood room? I just got to get that thing. Just got to be close to me. I don't even know if we're gonna.
You gotta
pull it
stay
out,
strapped.
but I gotta stay strapped. You know what I'm saying? 997 in the chat. I'm so grateful that you're sticking in with us at 10:33 a.m. Friday,
Flies by.
January the 31st. It's a good day.
Ooh, and you sound good doing radio, brother.
Hey, we just trying to do what we doing. We just trying to do what it do, baby. All right, we got our next caller. Let's get in.
All right, we got our next caller. Here we go. She requested that she wanted to do video, so here you go. Nicole, my friend, you are on with Tim Ross.
Hey, Nicole, how you doing?
Good morning. It's still morning for me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Uncle
So
Tim,
good
for
to see you. You doing okay?
You too. I'm doing good. Thank you
Good.
for asking.
Absolutely.
I feel like I do that a lot
Yep.
with my job. I had to kind of move my bags because I want to incriminate myself.
Are you at work right now?
I am definitely at work. I put it in the chat a couple times. So technically this week I've been in and out of listening. When I send my class to lunch, I'm a facilitator for a major cable company.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so therefore I should be teaching people to do better with certain things. And being on my phone is not one of the things I should be doing. So I should be getting in trouble. Right now, my class is in next door, but I snuck into the empty classroom because Monday and Tuesday, I was like in and out on my lunch, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And then Wednesday, I heard yesterday, it was in my ear, not understanding everything, but I heard what I needed to hear from Holy Spirit with different things you were saying. So I've been listening. And I don't know why I reached out this morning. It was like, hey, I would love to talk to Uncle Tim. You know why? But this is surreal. I actually, it's funny that I'm on after Will. I call Will my bestie.
Really?
Will is my bestie. We actually met on here on the B side in the basement. And from the beginning, and we connected spiritually and on some things. So we are actually really, really close friends.
Wow.
And it's a pure friendship.
That's so
like
beautiful.
he's that guy that I call and talk to. So even though he praised you, I was listening to that. Like, you really have changed me. And you've made me see that I needed a man in my life to be that for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though our relationship is strictly platonic, like nothing. Technically, me and Will have never seen each other, but we talk every day. You would think
wow,
we see each other.
Yeah.
So definitely kudos to you for what you have created. And I've been watching you from day one.
Thank you.
Actually, with your first episode, because I'm on the East Coast. I'm in North Carolina.
Yep.
So your first episode, it was 10 o'clock at night. I had a baby, and so I was up because she was crying, and something popped up called The Basement. I said, Tim Ross, I've heard of him. And I watched the pod, and I've been hooked ever since.
Wow. Thank you so much.
So I was told, you're welcome. So know that you make a difference. You do make a difference to everybody. And then I watched TC. I've been following TC for years, and so I've always seen you pop up on there. So yeah, Help I'm Horny was it worked.
Yep. Help I'm
That
horny.
was the message.
Yep.
That was the message.
I remember.
So I'm sorry, Hector. I did not follow directions. You said 16. My question is, sorry, Hector. Sorry. But I want to make sure, it is what it is. But so I'm trying to make sure I say this the right way, because I know you're a word person and I am too. Words hold value to me too, especially being a facilitator.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
what I say makes a difference to what people hear. And I'm a natural encourager with agents that come through here because I deal with new hires into a Fortune 100 company.
Yep.
So what I say matters, and it helps other people move, even if I don't move.
For sure.
So my question is, I'm trying to say it right. I have been, since I was younger, been told that I have a mantle on my life. My father was a minister. I have a mantle on my life to do bigger, better, and bolder things with God. And I know things, spiritual gifts that I have, and I've chosen a lot to keep them in.
Okay.
Lately, I've been allowing myself spiritually to be more free.
Okay.
And sometimes it scares me because I do have I'm saying it more, I have the gift of prophecy.
Okay.
And I have the gift to speak life into people, but I can do it for other people, but it's hard for me to accept it for myself.
Okay.
How can you say I can deal with that as a person who know they have a mantle and a gift? Because not really the first time I did it, I was young.
Mm-hmm.
It scared me, and therefore I put it in the closet.
Okay.
But lately, since I had my youngest child, it's been coming out more.
Mm-hmm.
And then with me not being in a relationship and putting myself together to be seen, how do I not feel it as an issue for somebody who wants to be in a relationship with me? And how do I walk in it and not be scared when it happens? Because it did happen one Sunday when I did speak in tongues and the church hushed. And when I came to, I was like, what the heck? But it's not the first time. But sometimes when it happens, I know that something happened and I know tongues were given,
Mm-hmm.
but don't ask me what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it puts me into a place where I want to fall back. I
Understood.
know that was a loaded, loaded question,
It's fine.
very loaded.
I'm tracking with you.
And a lot of that comes from insecurities, from childhood trauma, being bullied and being told that, well, being bullied as a young child and then growing up in a family, there was family trauma, and then, dealing with emotional and verbal abuse from my children's father for a long time, that I've really just recently worked my way to freedom in that in the past year.
Got it.
Well, almost 2 years. So dealing with all of that and walking in the freedom that God has given me with the mantle and with the gifts He wants to use, how do I, yeah, bring, I hope, because you a visual and I'm a visual, so I can like,
Yep.
how do I put it together and still show myself worthy to be loved, to find someone to love me like that I need after all of the trauma. And I know I've done therapy, but how do I, yeah.
Okay. So, let me make sure I got this straight. You have been told that you have a mantle in your life. You recognize
Yeah.
that it is a prophetic gifting that God has
Yeah.
given you. In the more recently, you have started to become bold enough to exercise those giftings in a way where they are seen. Sometimes when you operate in that gifting and you give yourself permission to, let's say, quote unquote, go there, afterwards, you feel very, very shy or you want to withdraw because it's
Yeah.
like, I feel like I've been exposed and now I want to withdraw. Also,
Yeah.
you are ready to be in a relationship again and you want to ensure that the person you get in a relationship with is not intimidated by the gift that you are still trying to get used to. And because you
Yeah.
have been bullied growing up, you want to ensure that you're not going to get picked on for being who God called you to be,
Yeah.
because you just want to walk in that authenticity.
Yeah.
Is that a good
Yeah.
recap?
That's a good recap.
Okay. All right. With all of that said, I'm so proud of you for tiptoeing out into you being you. It's very, very scary to get comfortable with the skin that you're in. And I see it's a beautiful thing about video is I get to see your body and you're already getting emotional. What are you feeling? What's coming up for you?
Um, I don't know. I It's like I know it's not that I'm not being heard because me and Will, I know me and him talk a lot about emotions and regulating and what am I feeling. I think right now I'm feeling that I have to stop being scared because even in when I because I'm in tribes with TC and I have women groups that I'm in and they're usually at night and we'll be in the groups and sometimes people say something and the next thing I know I'm flowing out something. Now when I'm in groups it'll just flow and I'm okay because it'll happen and then we keep having conversation
Mm-hmm.
and something would just flow out and it'll flow and the person was like, oh my God, I needed to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually this morning it happened in one of the group one a close-knit group of women that I've been working in. We were talking about people and friendships and after we were kind of voice noting each other, the part when you impressed them popped on my YouTube.
Wow.
And I didn't hear the pod.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just said, y'all, I don't know what this pod about, but it's amazing. This just popped on my thing. And I sent it to them. And the person who asked the question was like, do you know everything you just said to me this morning before I saw the pod? Because I get up at 4 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I took a chapter out of your book. I get up at 4 in the morning. I try to most days and spend some time with God.
Yep.
Um, and I just journal, dear God, and whatever's on my heart.
Yep.
I've been trying to be more dedicated to that. But literally everything that I poured out to her, you guys said in that part. She said
Wow.
you guys said it, and it was confirmation for her.
Yep.
So, it's the not being scared, because I'd be scared that sometimes people aren't going to take it. I think that's
Mm.
sometimes the fear, because of who I am, and I don't always. And I know he can use anything. If you can use anything, Lord, you can use me. I know, I get it.
Right.
And I know Tiffany.
Hmm.
Tina Cole is just my stage name everywhere. Well, not
Understood.
stage name, just my online name.
Yeah.
But when I be on YouTube, I'm Tiffany Thompson, but
Yep.
in the Discord, I'm Tina Cole 84.
Got it.
So when I know Tiffany, and I know Tiffany has baggage. I know Tiffany has 3 children out of wedlock. I know Tiffany, you know, grew up in a 2-parent household that loved God. Dad was a preacher, but I have trauma that I've slowly been working on. And I don't think sometimes, even though I know I have the mantle, I'd be scared.
Mm.
I am scared. I am scared.
And what do we say as a dweller that's been with us from jump?
Um,
What do we
if you're
say
gonna do
about,
it, do it scared.
right? If you can't do it brave, do it scared.
Do it scared. Yeah.
So my encouragement to you, and I'm gonna invoke Paul's statement from 1 Corinthians 11, I think it is. Let me make sure that's what it is. Off memory, I think that's what it is.
If I was at my desk, I would have pulled out my Bible that I keep on my desk, but I'm in a classroom,
No
so I can't
worries.
even address with you.
Okay, not a problem. So this is 1 Corinthians 11, verse 1. Be
Okay.
imitators of me, just as I also am of Messiah.
Okay.
The way and this is my Tree of Life Bible, King
Your life
James.
Bible. Yeah.
King James and New King James would say, "Follow me as I follow Christ."
Yeah.
I am living proof that if you get comfortable in your skin,
Mhm.
the people that will love you for you will appear. I think the scariest thing is I think the thing that scares us the most about becoming our authentic self is who will no longer accept us. But if we can get over that, the most delightful part of becoming your authentic self is who actually accepts you. And we would all love it, Tiffany, if the people that are already in our lives would accept
Mhm.
the most authentic part of who we are. But sometimes they're not the same people. Some people like the broken Tiffany. Some people like the scared Tiffany. Some people would much rather be around the uncomfortable Tiffany, because the comfortable, confident, courageous Tiffany would scare the hell out of them.
Yeah. And her too.
Right?
For a second.
And they ain't got
Yeah.
and that ain't got nothing to do with you. You're not responsible for people's reaction or response to you. You're
Right.
just responsible for showing up as your authentic self.
Yeah.
And so my encouragement to you is, I would like Tiffany to be the most courageous, authentic version of herself, scared to death,
Yeah.
than to continue to be the unfulfilled version of herself, comfortable.
Mm.
So That's what I got for you today.
Okay.
How does that feel?
It's comforting and comfortably uncomfortable.
Yes. Like it wouldn't be okay, thank you, Holy Spirit. God's call for Moses took him so far out of his comfort zone that he said no 4 times.
Yeah. And beg for help to
Right?
do it with Aaron, because I just was studying that like a week ago about him and Aaron, and everybody focuses on the Moses part, but we got to also look at how he kind of God had to get Aaron because Moses was a bully and Moses was a little bit of a punk. But Aaron had a rod and Moses had a rod. So why didn't God just, he could have killed Moses and just let it be done and let Aaron do all the work, because Aaron could talk. Aaron had staff and a rod, and Aaron pretty much did everything. Moses just did the talking. I be in my worship.
Yeah, absolutely. But it lets you know that he does not care about our inadequacies when he calls us.
Yeah.
He could
Yeah.
absolutely care less. I don't know why God, going into my 50th year, would tell me, knowing dang well I'm an introvert, I now want you to do a daily. I now want you to do a daily show for 3 hours a day. Bro, who do you think you're talking to?
Yeah.
You know I want to be in the cut. You know I want to be the Christian version of Clarence Avant. And yet you keep this camera in front of my face. You know I don't like wearing clothes. You know I don't like changing clothes.
Yeah.
Why would you keep doing this to me? Because he don't call people. Listen, all the people that be on the front row of the conferences, here I am, Lord, use me to shake a generation. Use me, Lord, as a prophet of your nations. If you would anoint me in your oil, I will serve you all of my days. Make me the next Billy Graham. All them niggas
I'm
in
in
the
the
front
back on
row.
the serve team. I'm on
on
the back on the serve
Listen,
team.
God on the back row, looking at the dude scrolling through
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, double tapping all the bikini BBLs.
Yeah. Yeah.
He called
I'm in
that
the back
dude,
on the serve team.
right?
I'm
You in the back on the
serving,
serve team, trying to mind your business, and he's like, prophesy, Tiffany. And you're like, I just want to serve. I just want to I just want to give people a connect card. I don't understand why you don't. I just want to be the door greeter and shake the little welcome sign. Why do you keep asking me to be a prophet to the nations?
Right.
So
Yeah.
at this point, I just accept what he tells me to do.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes I'm reluctant, but I'm just going to do it. But the more comfortable I become with it, child, I found you, Tiff. If I didn't become me, I wouldn't have found you. I wouldn't have found Will. I wouldn't have found Adria. I wouldn't have found Asani. I wouldn't know y'all if I was still trying to be a version of myself. Y'all wouldn't have been feeling me. And it's not about becoming like me. It's about becoming like Christ. I'm not trying to make little Timmy clones. I'm just trying to get people to understand, wow, if I become the authentic version of myself, God will use me like I am.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to fitting into everybody's cute little neat box. So, Tiffany, I can't wait to see you. Your church can't wait to see you. Your kids can't wait to see you. Your future husband can't wait to see you.
I receive.
You looks good on you.
Amen.
Not a version of you, not half of you, not 3/4 of you. The full you looks good on you. And can't nobody be Tiffany but Tiffany. So do not rob us from you. Don't you dare hide you from us. That would be disrespectful to God and us for us not to get the full, authentic version of you.
Yes, sir.
You got me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I love you. Go back to work. Tell everybody at that undisclosed.
They on lunch.
Oh, okay. Tell everybody at
They
that.
about to go to lunch.
Okay, cool. Tell everybody at that undisclosed cable company, Fortune 500 company, that you are you, and they're going to have to get used to it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's better than sitting on the couch with you. But I don't know. I'll take the couch too.
I love
I gotta
you.
come back.
You got to come back.
Love you too.
Okay. Have a great
yeah.
weekend.
You too.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Y'all. Bye.
Hey, Tiffany about to be her.
You looks good
Everybody
on you.
about to be really scared.
Hey.
Cause when Tiffany come out, everybody that thought she was something different shouts, hey, who were you? Yesterday you was acting like somebody else. I don't know. What's up, handsome? I love you, boy. Come here. I haven't seen you all day. Get over here. Get over here.
Hey.
What's up, my guy?
Hey.
I love you so much. Very good. You sleep good?
Yeah.
Good, man. Huh? What?
Hey.
Good. And you didn't even need my assistance. You growing up, my guy. You growing up. You growing up. You growing up. Yeah, you growing up. Growing up. Okay, 1,000 in the chat. It's a beautiful thing right now.
Shout out to the 270 members who have joined. We're going crazy.
270 members in our YouTube?
We got confirmed 270 members.
Hey, thank y'all so much for supporting this channel. We love you guys so much. It's an amazing thing.
270. Vámonos.
Hey, Jack.
Sí, bienvenidos y buenos días, todo mi gente. Aquí estamos listos.
Estamos listos. Vale. Okay, yeah, the whole family do look fly. All right, so peep game. Man, these beats, man, y'all bringing some. Just makes me want to spit stuff. I'm like, hey, give me 10 minutes to write something, and we're gonna have a new intro. We're gonna have an intro for this new show that we haven't even titled yet. But I do know what this is supposed to be called, and so before we get off, I'll let y'all know.
And you're gonna say it right now on the chat.
Not right this minute. Right before we go off.
No way we can barter and trade or something. I can get it out of you real quick.
Not right now.
Bitcoin, nope. Trump coin.
I don't know if Trump coin has any value to it. What's up, handsome?
NATO.
Natage.
I love you, boy.
Nate,
Good to see you. What's up, chat? Boy said, "What's up, chat?" They know.
What up, chat?
They know. What's up? They know.
What's up, brother?
Hey, I'm so excited for Tiffany. Like Tiffany about to be a super powerful woman.
Yeah.
In the Lord, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You looks good on you.
You looks good on you. Ain't that a good? That's a good line,
That's
bro.
a phrase right there, bro.
Hey, that's a t-shirt. You looks good on you. All right, Konrad is already queued up.
You let me know when you want him in.
Bring a homie in right now.
Here we go.
Bring them out.
Konrad, you are on the line, my friend.
Yo, everybody want to be fully seen today, huh? That's what I'm talking about. Konrad, what's popping?
Hey, this is unreal. I'm super nervous. My heart is beating out my chest, and I'm
no
not
worries.
a native speaker, so
No. Where are you
added
from?
difficulty. I hope it's good.
Not a problem. Where
I'm
you from?
Germany.
You're from
I'm
Germany.
From Germany.
I have
Yeah.
my friend Tim Rivers is from Germany, born and raised.
No way.
Yeah, and my dad.
Where's he from?
I don't know the exact area that he's from.
Okay.
My dad was stationed there in the Air Force. Fun fact, and he told me that I was almost part German because he had fallen in love with a German woman and was going to stay in Germany and get married there. So I could have almost been a German version of myself.
All right. Nice.
Hey, and your English sounds good, my friend. You're good, man.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. What's your question?
Okay, so it's been like 3 years now when I had a talk with my mom. It was over the phone, and she basically told me that I had endured sexual abuse as a child. And since then, I wouldn't say stuff got really bad, but it did a lot. I mean, it brings clarity to my life, and some things are easier for me. to process. And I'm still healing, and I'm still not okay. I've got a porn addiction, trying to battle this, and the gist of my question is: should I investigate my family further? Should I talk to my parents, to my mom more? Because I'm really scared to do it, if I'm honest, and because last time I was like open and that came out. So
Yeah.
part of the backstory is like I had a relationship with a woman, and there was like a big burden on me, and because she already had a partner, a friend, and yeah, I kind of brought that into the light, and my mom responded with that, and so yeah, I just really don't feel safe with my family, to be honest.
Yes, of course.
And I wonder if there's more bad things that happened. And
Yeah. Thank you so much, Konrad, for trusting us to be with you as you're processing this. Man, I'm heartbroken as I hear you talk because of how your mom gave you this news. So prior to 3 years ago, you had no idea that this took place in your life?
no,
Okay.
I knew other things. It was like a family member, and I remember other things that he did with me and my brother, and like so I always knew that, and these things were also sexual in nature, but I didn't know that. I completely put it away. I don't really have any memories.
Of course.
I have, but yeah.
It's one of the ways we survive trauma sometimes is we disassociate and we're able to block it out and kind of move on with our lives, compartmentalize and repress. So how did you feel when your mom told you? Like in the immediate minutes, hours, days after getting that information, did things start coming back to your memory, or was it really just a shock of like, what are you talking about? What is this?
Yeah, the latter, to some degree. It was very weird. She didn't even say what happened like in the first sentence, and my body immediately reacted. I reacted very, very strongly, like with just feeling of anger, just like I can only describe it as like my body remembering something, and just so angry, so sad, so I don't know, disappointed, and I felt abandoned also.
Of course, absolutely.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is heavy for me. I am what's coming up for me on behalf of you, Konrad, is a lot of anger towards your mom, and I feel like there has been an injustice done to you in the way that she brought this to you, because it would be no different than if she'd told you you called her for something and then she just tells you, well, oh, by the way, you were adopted.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Right.
What? How did we get here? Like, you know what I mean? And now you're just telling me now. So I have a lot of anger and not in a disrespectful way to your mom. It's just, damn. Why? How does someone drop that off and then just say have a good day and then hang up the phone? Like, my brain is. You've left
It was
me with all
actually
these.
me who hung up the phone because I was like,
right, exactly.
Okay, mom, bye. But
yeah, for sure. I get it. Absolutely. Either whether she hung up or you hung up, the conversation needed to end because, wow, you've just dropped a lot on me. There's no context. and my body's actually, I'm having a physical reaction to this,
Yeah.
but now I have way more questions than I have answers. And the
Yeah.
fact that she wouldn't readily be able to have the emotional intelligence to say, hey, Konrad, I know it threw a lot on you. Whenever you want to talk about it, I want to be able to share what I know, because man, she opened up something and oh, okay. All right, I'm an empath, so I'm feeling everything that
Yeah.
you have.
Thank you.
You've been dealing with this for 3 years, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up. Right, my body's trying to catch up to
Yeah.
where you are.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
so now, what do you need now? Now that this is out, it's been 3 years. Where you find yourself now, and what's coming up for you now, what do you need?
I want some clarity. I'm not sure if I need it, right?
Okay.
It's just, for me, it's like I'm quick to cut cords sometimes, or it's like I just isolate basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, I talked with all of my close family members. Like, I have a brother and my dad, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Talked to them about it, and none of the reactions were really satisfying, to say the
Okay.
least. There's like nothing's really changing much. I mean, I have talked to my mom also. I talked some things out, but and part of me just still doesn't want to, and just wants to kind of run away and say like, F 'em. It's like, I don't want to have
Yeah.
anything to do with y'all, because it protected me when there's other instances, and then there's like an inner conflict. It's like, am I too harsh, or do I have to set up boundaries, and how harsh or like how strong would they be?
Yes.
And like it's a lot of questions. I get it, but and also it's like, do I dig deeper to find out? Because of course I do wonder why my mom and dad were so emotionally like fragile to have let that happen.
Yes, of course. We and if she's unable to talk about or to go into detail with you about yours, who knows what she's scared to delve into about her own trauma or her own pain. Your father as well. One of the, we talk a lot about first generation children, right? Whether it's first generation American or first generation entrepreneur or first generation to graduate high school, first generation to
therapy.
Do
I
that's where you're
remember
taking.
you saying this like last year. I think it was last year, and I was actually convicted by that a bit, and just called my parents and like told them I'm sorry, I expected too much of you, and still
great.
it's unsatisfying, and it's like I still want them to do more, and I
Of
just want them
course.
to change, and they
Yes.
might never, but
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's the tension a first generation recipient of therapy has to go through. It's like you're the one that's breaking the mold. We're the ones that are going, you know what? We will not live another generation in silence. We are not going to repress our pain. We're not going to just become workaholics. We're not going to become alcoholics, substance abusers. We're not going to become gaslighters and people we're not going to become passive aggressive people that avoid difficult conversations. We're going to meet stuff head on. We're going to do the hard work. When you're the first generation to do that, man, it is so hard not to look at the rest of your family sideways. Because you're like, man, if you would just go to one therapy session, you wouldn't be the same off one. It would be like if you went to the doctor and got an x-ray and found out you had 7 tumors in your stomach. The moment you see that x-ray, you're not like, well, thank you, doctor, for pointing out those tumors. I think I'm going to go home and have a burger. No, the next thing you're going to want to know is, how do I get these tumors out of me? What surgery needs to take place so that I can be healthier? And man, people are afraid of surgery. Do you know? I actually.
I am too. I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah,
yes.
well, I am too. But I know some people that have been so so in love with their bodies that they would choose death rather than get cut on. And as it is with the physical body, it's also the same mentally. I'd rather stay my dysfunctional self than to have to get cut on emotionally to get healed from whatever trauma is still trapped in my body and or my mind. And you've chosen not to do that, Konrad. And so my encouragement to you in all this right now is, now I'm giving you, I want to make sure I'm very sensitive and I want to be attuned to where I am in connecting with your story. Because I don't want to project what I would do to you or in your situation. So I'm going to submit to you that if you want clarity, but you feel you don't need it, then it's just a judgment call on if you want to, if you feel like you have the emotional bandwidth to have that kind of conversation with your mom and say, would it be difficult for you to give me more details around the abuse that I endured? Just any information you know would be so helpful for me as I continue to do my work. If you think you have the emotional bandwidth to get that from her, and you want it, I don't think there's anything wrong with you doing it. Because I am naturally wired to get to, I'm an investigator by default. So I want to know. I will dig. I will go down the whole rabbit hole till I find Alice, the Mad Hatter, and the Cheshire Cat. Okay, I will find the whole damn Disney movie. Okay, so I will find Epstein's Island trying to go get my trauma. Right, I'll find out what happened with Jeffrey. So that's just the way I'm wired. But you got to make sure you have the emotional bandwidth, because you shouldn't take that journey if you're just going to wind up angry and then shutting off your family. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing I want to encourage you to do is absolutely you should have boundaries around your family. Even though you have a tendency to cut them off cold turkey, obviously that's not the move. But I think you should, you are in control of how you want to interact with your family. And if you know your family hasn't done the work or have the emotional intelligence to have certain conversations with you, then you draw the line at those conversations, and that's where you go, hey, I can interact with you here, 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 and here. And some of these boundaries don't even have to be announced, right? It's just that I never talk about family stuff with them, or I never talk about mental health stuff with them, or I never talk about politics with them. You just know where not to go because you know that they don't have the mental capacity or the emotional intelligence to actually have those conversations in a healthy way.
Got it. Here's the thing. I actually struggle a lot with taking up my own responsibility in it. And when I say like I want to investigate, yes, it's also my story. And what I mostly meant is like the story of my parents, or even great not great grandparents. Like my thinking is like what led them and made them do that, and that then in turn, like, I'm the product of that, right? And
right.
I'm curious like that, and I also understand like maybe it won't even change anything really, and I still have to do my work. So the real question in parts is like, is it part of my work to do that kind of like ancestor research and like kind of understanding my family history, you know? And
Yeah. I'm the type of person, in my world, Jesus is king and context is queen.
Yeah.
That's how I have my world set up. Jesus is my king and context is my queen. The more I know, the less I'm frustrated. So, I am 90 point whatever percent or 91% sub-Saharan African. I am 7.8% Caucasian of Scottish descent. White people adore me. Why do white people adore me? What is it? I am as hood as I can be. I am my most authentic version of myself as I can be. Why do white people love me so much? Well, my great-grandfather, going back maybe 7 generations, 6 or 7 generations, mid-1800s, white man from Scotland in East Texas. He's already married to a white woman. He has 2 children with her. He falls in love with a Nigerian slave that gets off a boat, and he marries her. Not buys her, he marries her. And he has 5 children with her. He only had 2 with his white wife. He had 5 children with that black woman, and that's where we all come from. Now, to do that in the mid-1800s, this took cojones. Grande cojones. Mucho, mucho, mucho grande cojones, okay? And those mulattoes, that's what they would call interracial babies back then. Those mulattoes kept growing, and then I'm here. I have some context to it. So as much as you can find out, for as much of your story that you can fill in the gaps, I would do everything I can. Obviously, I wouldn't push past anybody's boundary to where you get in a fight and everybody's mad and all that kind of stuff, but I would go up until everybody's trigger asking questions, because I want to know as much as I can. For my own peace. The more I know about my story, the less frustrated I am now here's the thing, right? I find out about that. Okay, my obviously my great-grandfather times 6 or 7 is some type of generational curse breaker, right? Because he definitely ain't racist. Right? He definitely ain't racist. And he's a womanizer. So guess what was naturally in me from as early as I can remember? I can love more than one woman. So yes, that's my girlfriend. And why can't that be my girlfriend too? And how come that can't be my girlfriend too? She cute. I like her too.
See, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people tell me, like, they say, like, are you sure this is gonna change something or bring you peace or something? They, like, a lot of people kind of advise me against, like, digging deeper or knowing stuff, having context. And I don't know, it's weird, but I still question myself.
Yes.
Because of that. And that's like, and you say this when you tell your story, so maybe I'm not paranoid after all for thinking like maybe something happened to my mom. And like, I know on my dad's side, which is like it's not the worst thing to happen, obviously, but my aunt was born out of wedlock, and my grandparents were like shamed a lot for that, like rural Germany, rural scenery, and so, and I think also that had something to do with it. It's just like sexuality is it's not something we really live well in my family. I can say that much.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I'm telling you, man, there's a reason why the Bible exists, right? We have the Torah, we have the prophets, we have the writings. All of this is history that has been passed down from generation to generation so that we have a context of who God is and how he has interacted across thousands of generations. I want to know my own family. I want to know as much as my own family history as well. I read the Bible. I'm finding out about Abraham's history. I know Abraham had Isaac. I know Isaac had Jacob. I know Jacob had 12 sons by 4 different women. Right? I know Joseph went down to Egypt. These people ain't even in my family tree. And I know about them, and I'm not going to know about my own story. So, Konrad, I want you to embrace, first of all, that you ain't crazy. You're not doing this as no crazy side mission to expose your family. You're doing this so that you can have context and you can bring freedom to understanding how it is you got to be who you are. And the more you find out, the more peace you're going to have. It's not going to be the opposite to where like, oh, you found out this and you found out this happened to your grandfather. See, why did you need to know that? Well, now I can have more sympathy and empathy for my grandfather. I might even have more sympathy and empathy for my father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now I'll know how he was raised or whatever. And so, yeah, find out as much as you can. That is my encouragement to you.
Thank you. I have to be prepared though, right?
That's
Because
correct.
part of the fear is like last time it happened, I was unprepared, obviously, and I've come a long way since then, and I'm still not all right, and I'm
Right.
unregulated a lot also with porn and everything, right? And so it's like I want to do this. I don't want to do this out of emotions, and I would just want to be kind of smart about it also. And so maybe that's my last question. How do I prepare?
Yeah, so I'm so grateful you asked the question. The first time this happened, it was not on your terms. The next time it happens will be on your terms. And you get to choose when you do that. And so the way you prepare for that, I'll never forget, as I was doing all of my work, one of the most simplistic prayers you can pray as you go into this journey is, Holy Spirit, would you prepare my heart for what I discover? It's a very simple prayer, very straightforward, and incredibly effective. Incredibly effective. Holy Spirit, would you prepare my heart for what I discover?
Writing this down.
Yeah. And then once you feel the peace about like, you know what, I think I'm ready to do this. Because we might have this conversation now. You might not feel like you're prepared to even start the discovery process until July.
Yeah.
And cool. Like it doesn't need to be right this minute.
Mm-hmm.
But prepare yourself emotionally and make sure you have the right people in place, the right therapy in place, the right community in place, that as you discover this stuff, you don't have to process it alone. You got a community, you got people around you that love you and that are supporting you, because we want to see you be the best version of you. And I know that's coming.
Thank you.
I love you, man. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for calling.
I love you too. I'm so proud of everyone also that's been on here. It's amazing. I don't have words for it. It's like, very, very proud of everybody who was on. It's like just so good to see.
It is. I'm so grateful that we have a community that we're all in this journey together. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have a great weekend, okay, Konrad?
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Tim.
I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. What a beautiful man. What a beautiful man. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my goodness. How you feeling, brother? I feel great, man. I feel great. Let's get one more call, and then let's tell everybody what's popping. Let's let everybody know what they can expect moving forward.
Tim, if you want to just engage with the chat for a bit, we're getting the next caller.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, it's all good. Love you guys. Tierra Monique, this conversation is so needed. There's a conversation I need to have with my father, and I've been hesitant because I'm afraid of how angry I may get with him. Understood. I get it, Tierra. I get it. Oh, I get it. It's beautiful. This can't end. We need this type of healing and insight daily. You asked. You asked. You asked. But before you asked, he said, hey. He said, hey.
We got creative pulling
You
up.
asked.
Hey.
He said, hey, let this groove real quick though.
Yeah.
You asked, hey. He said, hey. You asked, hey. He said, hey. You asked, hey. He said, hey. You asked, hey. He said, that's right. You asked. He said, hey. You asked. He said, hey. You asked. You said, hey. I felt it. You asked. Woo, I feel this thing. He said, woo, I feel that thing. You asked. Woo. He said, hey. You asked. Hey. He said, yeah. And because you asked, he said, all right. Who we got coming in?
We got Creative pulling up. We don't know her full name, but she's going by Creative today.
Creative.
Andy.
All right.
Andy?
All right. Who we got coming in?
What's up?
We got Creative.
Andy?
We don't know her name, but she's going by Creative. Creative.
Okay, we got some feedback right now. I think you need to lower your volume.
You can just turn off your YouTube and stay on Discord.
Okay. I am on. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you and we can see you. Everybody wants to be fully seen today. I love you guys. It's so good to see you.
Hi, Uncle Tim. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am nervous
It's okay.
and very scared.
No worries. Thank you for showing up
It
scared.
seems to be. Thank you. Hi, Auntie Ju.
She said, hi, Auntie Ju.
Hi, I love you. I'm so glad you're here.
You got closer.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here. I promise.
It's okay. I kind of love it. That's the goal eventually one day.
Amen.
But I'm here to hopefully ask for encouragement for people who are trying to heal from a situation that we've put ourselves in.
Okay.
10 years ago, from a place of brokenness, I was unfaithful to my fiance, and as a result, ended up calling off our wedding. But because, so we had kids already at that point, but because of extreme guilt, there wasn't a clean break from that actual relationship. So we continued to do everything together and kind of promised that we will always make decisions to put our kids first and make the best choices for them. And we thought that if we tried to continue to act like a family, it would be less hurtful for them.
Okay.
But so for 10 years, we did everything together. He would still come along to my family vacations. We would take the kids out all the time, and we did everything like a family apart from the actual relationship between him and I.
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end of 2023, I was really struggling and asking God for healing, and was being pushed to start facing all of the things that I had done to make that relationship break.
Okay.
Because like nobody knew that I had cheated, and that was the cause of our relationship. That was my narrative was to kind of put the blame on him, but on top of wanting to get healing, there was also a desire to figure out what God still had for me, because during that time when we were raising the boys, I kind of poured myself into motherhood and trying to be a good mom and leading them to God. And I had this thought where, like, if I could only disciple 2 people into heaven. Like, as long as it's my boys, I'm fine.
For sure.
But I wanted so much more, and I knew God had more for me. And so in 2024, I went through some really intensive therapy, and the more I healed and learned to try and establish boundaries, he would tell me that I'm an evil person, and whenever I tried to help the boys process some of the behaviors that their dad was doing to them, he told me that like he could do the same and tell them all about all the things that I've done and how much worse it was. So yeah, just more. How can I? How do I move on from continuing to feel that doubt? Because I'm not ashamed of my story anymore. And I've found that the more I've talked about it and the more that I've opened up to people about it, I really do see that part, that promise in God's word where he will heal. He will heal that brokenness. But the doubt comes back, especially when I have interactions with their dad. And I try to keep that to a minimum now because I know that it just sends me into this dark place. But I don't want to be in that cycle, and I want to lead from a place of freedom, because the things that God's telling me and the burdens that he's placed in my heart, I really want to be able to do that without feeling like he could be using somebody else to do it.
Understood. Thank you so much for sharing this with us and trusting me to process this with you. There's a lot of emotion that you still feel around this. What are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm surprised I wasn't like this the rest of the pod. And then suddenly so much emotion. I'm also dealing with a kid with a fever right now, so he's in the bedroom.
Yep.
But to be honest, it just hurts. I don't it feels like every time I feel like I'm getting stronger in my prayers and in my conversation with God, I feel like he's encouraging me so much. But then I settle in and think about these things, and still I just know the repercussions of what I've done, and then to still be unmarried. I've kind of like, I think it was Asani that mentioned she felt like it was the result of her sin. And I still have that heavy in my heart, where like God do it for me and I see it for other people. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you know you're forgiven. Correct?
Yeah.
You've received God's forgiveness?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you forgiven yourself?
I think that I do. And I feel like I have. And I don't know if it's mutually exclusive from still having the emotions attached to the hurt.
You know,
Um,
I wouldn't say if you've forgiven yourself, you still wouldn't feel that. What I am saying is that if this forgiveness of self has been fully metabolized, then
I don't think so.
okay, all right. I appreciate the honesty. And that's what we're going to work on right now, okay? And I'm not saying we're going to like fix it right this minute, but that's what I want to address because girl, I have had so many dumb decisions that I have made in my life that I deeply regret. And I had to obviously repent and confess and ask God's forgiveness. And the hardest part was to forgive myself. But here's how I knew when I had really done that hard work and fully metabolized it. Because whenever anybody brought it back up, I was just like, yup. Yeah, I did that. I regret it, but yeah, I did that. It's part of my story. But it feels 1,000 miles away. It doesn't feel next door to me. And I still deeply regret it, but it's not hanging over me to the point where if somebody brings it up, I am like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. In relationships, it's the most difficult to do. If it was a job, you can move on from it, right? If it was, you know, if it was a car accident, you mean like, you know what? I thought you were going straight and I made a left and yep, it's my bad. I'm the one that rear-ended you, right? But when it's a relationship and they're petty and they keep bringing it up, it's harder. And that's when the work that we do on our side has to be just because you can't change them. You can't make them be a different type of person. But if you can fully metabolize it, you take the power away. They can bring it up 100 times. And then you're like, I know it. Yep. That's what happened. You right. Sure did. And it's not flippant like, sure did. I'll do it again. It's just more like, yeah, I did do that. And I'm forgiven and I've forgiven myself.
And I think sometimes that's why he brings it up is because he's seeing that healing and I'm on my way to processing it.
Yep.
But he doesn't want to let me get there. And it also, things he said to me are the people that you tell are just enabling you to continue to be the person that you are. And it makes me second guess, even though I know God loves me and God's forgiven me and that, yes, I did this broken thing, but that's not going to define my story. Otherwise, my story would have ended there.
Absolutely.
And I tell myself all of these things and I know it in my mind, but it's still deeply in my heart.
Absolutely. So can we deal with this real quick? Can we deal with the fact that when somebody sees you healing and transforming, they like the broken you better than they like the healed you, and they'll do anything to keep you broken?
Yeah.
Ain't that about a trip?
That version is easier to control.
Exactly. Ooh, say that part again, please. Will you say that again?
That version of me was easier to control.
Absolutely. And
because,
go ahead, please.
Sorry. I was just thinking because when I was that guilty, I was willing to go to his house and cook the kids' meals. And when he would be the one to go on vacation, I would be the one packing the kids' stuff. He'd never have to ask me for anything. All of it would be prepared for them.
Because the unforgiven you went out of your way to show him and display how contrite you were. So all of your actions was just you saying, I'm sorry, over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, homegirl, as your big brother, that stops now. You do not have to do that anymore.
Well, he has a girlfriend now, so I am no longer the personal assistant.
Great.
I get to stop.
But even that feeling or that thought, like, no, we're not going to live like that. You are forgiven. You have already owned it. You have already apologized for it. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not going to hide. We're not going to stop doing the work on your journey of transformation to the healed you because it fits. It's more convenient for him for you to be broken. That's just not happening. We're not doing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What are you feeling right now?
I feel encouraged. I know that even in the work that I've done in therapy, I think because my counselor is not a Christian counselor, I just want to make sure that I'm also seeking advice, godly advice around my situation. And like I said, because I've been hiding for so long, I've been scared to volunteer at church in fear that they will find out about my situation and then be rejected in that way. But this Sunday is actually my first day volunteering.
Awesome.
So I'm hoping to get that community, and then also not that I want necessarily just people to say, okay, that you've done okay. I also want to be challenged to grow in my relationship with God.
For sure.
And actually do this work to be fully healed.
Absolutely. And you're doing the work, and the work looks good on you. I mean, just to hear what you've said today, nobody could, first of all, you wouldn't be on the call if you weren't doing the work. If you weren't committed to the work, you wouldn't have called in, right? You definitely wouldn't have shown your face. Right? Like, I mean, come on.
I'm crying.
And crying, right? You're committed to this work. And so I want to applaud the steps that you have taken. I want to encourage you to continue. And I want you to know freedom looks good on you.
Thank you.
It looks so good on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Whenever I have you in the background, the kids always come in and they're like, is that the pod pastor? I'm like, yeah.
Pod pastor is dope. I love
He's
it.
helping me.
They giving us new names. I love it.
All the names.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
I'm praying that your baby's fever breaks and that starts feeling better soon. And I love you so much, and thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
Love you. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Okay.
You too. Bye.
Woo! We getting free in here. We getting free in here, even if we have to shed tears. We getting free in here. We getting free in here, even if we have to shed tears. Yeah, we getting free in here, so we can walk around all day clear. Yeah. All right, y'all.
You see what we did, Tim, with the little regulation check-in?
Yeah, regulation check-in. Pick an option below to exercise regulation. I'm taking 5 deep breaths. I'm going for a walk. I'm pausing the pod for a sec. I'm calling a friend. That's dope. I love that. I love that. 81% taking 5 deep breaths. But all of these options are great. Pause the pod. Turn it off. Come back later. Finish it.
They could be heavy.
It could be heavy, and if it is, go somewhere else. London Monet, this gift is great. Yeah. London Monet's gift, that dog is getting it right. That's the doggy I want to see. That doggy's confident. These gifts are right. Sherelle Ann Johnson, you got the right one up. You got the right one up. This about to be one of my favorite Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. I'm just letting everybody know now. Kendrick coming. It's gonna be great. And SZA. gonna be great.
Yo.
My Mary Byers, you asked. He said, "You're getting free in here." She got that right. You asked. He said, "You're getting free in here because you asked." And he said, "Hey, you're getting free in here because you asked." And he said, "That's right, because you getting free in here." Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna do this one, and then I know we gotta stop. I'm an 81-year-old retired Southern Baptist church pastor, not being fulfilled in my current church, and I've tried everything I know to do. I believe I need to leave SBC, but I don't have the support of my wife. What do I do? Oh, first of all, Jack Newberry, sir, 81 years old. You're in the live chat.
Come on, Jack. That's amazing.
Jack, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Wow, what a difficult situation. First of all, thank you for the years that you gave to the Southern Baptist Convention.
Amen.
And the fact that you're 81 and there's still this fulfillment, there's still this fire to fulfill God's call on your life is just endearing. I want to be you when I'm 81. It makes me feel, it makes me think about Caleb in the Bible, who, when they got to possess the promised land, Caleb said, I still have another fight in me. I still have another mountain in me. There's still some things that God has for me to fulfill, even at the age and stage that I am now. And I sense that and feel that in you. And so you're not being fulfilled at your church. You feel like you're supposed to leave, not just the church, but the denomination, but you don't have the support of your wife. My encouragement to you, Mr. Jack, because you are my elder, Mr. Jack, my encouragement to you is to begin to pray for your wife to feel what you feel. I am your junior, so I'm submitting this to you, sir. I have never made a move that my wife hasn't had peace with. I will say I've tried to make moves that my wife hasn't had peace with, but those it takes away peace from my home, and I want peace in my home. And so there have been times where I've sensed that I was supposed to make a move, but she didn't feel it yet, and so I just waited on her. And obviously the Holy Spirit was exercising patience in me when I did that, but he was also allowing the situation to work itself out to where it wouldn't feel like she was just doing it for me. So I would feel something sometimes first, and then she would feel it maybe a year later. But then once we had that peace, we were able to move forward, and there was peace in our home. And it's happened in the opposite too. God has, Juliette has felt that we were supposed to go a certain direction, and I didn't feel it. And we had to wait until we both felt it before we move forward. So I'm submitting that to you, sir. The fact that you're in our life just blesses me beyond anything I can actually say right now. But I just want you to know that I love you, and I thank you so much for tuning in. 12 minutes left before we wrap up the show. We are the lead-in to Lunchtime with Ju, and I'm so excited about the show that she has coming up on her YouTube channel. What is her YouTube channel?
It is Lunch with Ju. We're going to drop it in the chat right now.
Okay, it is Lunch with Ju.
Yeah, we're going to drop it in the chat.
Okay, great. So I didn't know if it was Mentor Ju or anything like that.
Mentor Ju is the channel.
Okay, at Mentor. Okay, at Mentor Ju is the channel.
Oh, you know what? They actually just changed the name. It's Tim is sexy and I'm still in love with him. They just updated the name.
That's awesome.
Just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah, that's my favorite name for the channel. Tim is sexy and I'm still in love with him. That's the name of the channel right there.
Amen.
634780 says, love this. I was thinking I was the oldest person on here at 57. This shows that there are many of us young, older, and in between that are in need of healing in this type of vulnerability. Thank you so much, 634780. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm blessed. And I respect my elders. So I'm grateful. Jacqueline Beaver, 62 years old. Shout out. I love it. All right, y'all. 11 minutes before we get to the 12 o'clock hour, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. That would be 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We are your morning show. If you're on the West Coast, we are definitely your morning show. You got dressed with us, took a shower with us. Come on. Started driving to work with us, probably got to work with us. About to take your break with us, okay? And if you're on the East Coast, you're about to wrap up lunch, get back to work maybe at the 1 o'clock hour, unless you work for yourself. Shout out to other entrepreneurs. Yeah, Leanne, we need the oldest dweller on the pod to drop some wisdom on us. All right, y'all, 11:50, we got 10 minutes left. Let me tell you what's popping. Got to tell you what's popping. All right, man. November, we decided to test this. We had no idea we were going to be where we are. We had no idea that we were going to be making a drastic transition, in the month of January. And even though we made that drastic transition, we still committed to do this. Like we said, we put it on the calendar, we're going to do it. I guess we're going to do it. Even though we don't know what's going on with anything else, we're going to do this. And we've done it. And obviously, I've been praying all week and felt like God was giving me a burden for it. To do it. And yesterday is where really kind of like it broke for me. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Because it was like in real time on the pod when I kind of did that real time check-in that the Holy Spirit was like, the only reason why you don't want to do this daily is because you're selfish.
Amen.
And you just want your time to yourself, and you've become familiar with the basement schedule, and so you don't want to add nothing to it. And he called me out. He called me out selfish. Like
what a ripoff.
On the pod. Like, it would have been better if he just did it in my devotion time in private. Politely. That would have been discreetly.
He called you out with 1,200 people in the The disrespect is crazy. It's not disrespectful if it's God, right?
No, it's not, because he's Lord of my life. He's literal Lord of my life. So it's so funny now, the YouTube chat, everybody giving up their age. 50, 42, 40, 57, 42. Hike. Hike. Oh my goodness. So anyway, this is going to be our new format.
This feels like you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Basement is still going to continue. We'll still drop episodes once a week like we usually do. Mm-hmm. But starting next week, we are starting a show called Wide Open.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
I'm sending my Trump coin over, Daddy.
Hey, I had said the name several times, like, hey, we wide open in the conversations, wide open in the chat, we wide open. And it just, the Holy Spirit's like, that's the name of it. It's wide open. And so, we're wide open on culture. We're wide open on conversations, and we're wide open on community. And so, with arms open wide,
come on.
We're inviting everybody in to this morning show to hang out with us 3 hours every single morning, Monday through Friday, 9 to 12. Obviously, when there's a day that I need a break or I'm traveling or whatever, we'll let you guys know. But I am about to settle in, and this is going to be the show. It will have its own. We'll set up a different pod just so that there's no confusion between Basement and Wide Open. Wide Open will be its own podcast, and we'll put that out, and we'll get those uploaded. And the Basement is still going to be the Basement, always in person, always one-on-one, or with couples, vulnerable, honest, open, and transparent. But Wide Open is the show that we will be doing Monday through Fridays from 9 to 12. We heard from the people. I know some people were like, it should only be 2 hours max, and it's too much content, and I can't keep up. You don't have to keep up. Watch it on the days you can, and the days you miss, it don't matter. We'll be back the next day. We're literally coming back the next day, so whatever.
Are you hiring? I'm like dead serious about getting a job.
Yeah. We're hiring.
I'm so broke it hurts.
Yeah.
I need it. Listen, dog. I need a job. I'll do anything. My toes aren't cute like yours, so I could show anything else. Well,
only freckles.
Shout out to Freckles.
It's still OF.
Amen, brother.
Only freckles.
Only freckles.
Yeah, man.
Career homeless.
So lunchtime with Jew. My fine wife is getting prepared to do a lunchtime with Jew episode with you all. It should be amazing. Your show goes an hour, doesn't it, baby? Okay, Juliette goes an hour. 12 p.m. Central Standard Time to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be amazing. The fact that I get to do this lead-in for her show, like I feel like, yeah, it's giving network vibes.
It's giving network vibes.
And we love that vibe.
Stay tuned for, whatever.
And we got the links in the chats.
The links are in the chat, which are beautiful.
You're going on tour. You're hitting Addison Improv in Houston.
Addison
in
Improv
March,
with
Spring Break Week.
Yeah, it's going to be
show.
amazing. I can't wait for that to happen. Man, I can't believe that this turned into a thing. I can't believe that this week turned into a thing. Unbelievable. The Lord is...
March 11th to 12th, right?
Khadija Holland, this is a real radio station. The Ross Family Network. The Wide Open Network. Somebody said the Wide Open Network.
That's one. WON. You won.
Whoa!
You won.
Whoa!
And he's the one. And he's the one. Let's go.
We won. We won. We won. We won. We won. Wide Open Network. We won. Wow, bro.
You know what it is.
Wow.
We at the crib.
Not the live chat being prophetic though. You know what I'm saying? Wide Open Network. Wow.
About to have a good time.
Man, oh man.
One is fire, dude.
Won.
WON.
Who won?
The Lord, brother.
We won. We won.
You asked.
And
He said.
you asked.
You asked.
He said, hey,
said.
you asked.
You asked.
He said, hey,
said.
you asked.
You.
He said, hey, you asked.
You.
We said, we won. We won. We won.
Hey.
We won.
We won.
We won.
We
We
won.
not two. We won.
We
We
won.
not two. We won. You
not
two.
two.
Oh, hey, we won. You two. Hey, we won. You two. We won. You two. We won. You two. Hey, we won. You two. Hey, we won. You two. We won. You too. Hey, we about that. Hey, we in here. This is it.
And you look happy.
Hey, we won. You too is.
We won. You too.
Hey, man, this is fire. Hey, new single by Tim Ross. You asked, he said.
Portia Thomas was the one that put that in the chat the first time.
Yeah, that's
Shout
dope.
out, Portia.
Wide Open Network pointing to the sun. This is dope.
Winners, not sinners.
Winners, not sinners. Hey, winners on the One Network.
Absolutely.
Winners on 3.
Wieners on 3.
Wieners is crazy.
It was just an accent. I wasn't trying to say wieners.
Oh my God. Oh my
Freaklets.
God. Freaklets. Ee-hee.
Taylor Benden said, this needs to be the closing song. It does. Hey, we won.
We won.
You too.
You too.
We won.
We won.
You too.
You too.
We won.
We won.
You too.
You too.
We won.
Hey.
Y tú.
Y tú. Ganamos.
Oh, show Abby on the camera real quick. Abby, say hi.
Hey, Abby.
Abby's in the building. Abby's in the building.
Hey.
Such a beautiful thing. Hey, man. It's been great. All right. Coming up next. 12 o'clock hour on the Wide Open Network. Juliette Ross takes us to lunch. What you got cooking up for us today, Ma? Juliette got burgers and roti.
Roti.
She putting all demons on roti.
We got 1 minute till. We got 1 minute till. Hey, everybody, I'm signing off, and I'm signing off a minute early so that we can make a smooth transition to Juliette's amazing show, Lunchtime with Juliette. The Wide Open Network signing off. We will see you Monday right back here, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We love you guys so much. Have a great weekend.
We'll see you in 72 hours.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.